your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can roll the image, make it flutter. We can change the focus to a soft blur, or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television set. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to
420.
Uostarosta.
Huh.
Uostarosta.
What's he doing? That's odd.
Pusta.
I'm sure I can fix it. I think.
I live my life in truth, you lie in a bed of lies, but that's just fine, just as long as you are getting by. Many times, God, mine is way too long to count the lines. I know I'm gonna get in trouble with this mouth.
Go.
Don't you know that they're lying to the whole earth? They say we don't know about ancient aliens and who came first. Everything's a lie ever since your birth. They will have you running in circles thinking it's a curve. Science, math, space, or to keep you a slave. Every day in the dark running the race. Back and forth, different colors, separate space. Racism a thing of the past, but it's right on pace to displace the whole human race. Don't you know they're lying to the whole earth? They say they don't know about ancient aliens or who came first. Everything's a lie, ever since your birth. They will have you running in circles thinking it's a curve. Science, math, space, or to keep you a slave. Every day in the dark, running the race. Back and forth, different colors, separate space. Racism a thing of the past, but it's right on place to displace the whole human race.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Mud Zone.
Ho, ho, ho.
The world is flat. I'm here to ring the alarm with my puppet like charm, straight from the barn. I'm talking about Flat Earth Farms, cause most don't know. They think we live on a globe, a ball that floats. So listen and take notes, and take it to a higher plane. Imagine yourself in all it contains, in all its glory and flair. Flat Earth Farms can take you there. Open your mind outside the box. No more staring at NASA's Photoshop. No more moon landings, no line to ya. No more people standing backwards in Australia. Just facts and pure truth, planning straight to the roots. Flat Earth Farms help you understand. A magical place on a wondrous land.
The world is flat, and that's a fact. Tell your friends next time you chat. Let them know a ball ain't that. Let's stay playing with the baseball bat. Cause we coming out the barn, a higher place, the Flat Earth Farms.
What are we gonna do tonight, Singe Man?
The same thing we do every night, Boston Ray. Try to take over the world.
I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough, wanna hate this, I'll go show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do
against people who patent it. Being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, speaking slow, speaking fast, I can roast, I can gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness, hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, interior, you know I'll always be a bit superior, get off of me, this ain't no humble brag, I want you to hear words, you can say them back, I want you to feel free from the chains that lasted, believe in what you got, you was built to last, yeah.
Fuck your life, fuck this cold edge, crush it ice. It's time to go and cut my knife now. When I shoot, you better shut the fuck down.
Play a million mind games, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go. Make yourself unstoppable.
Think it's as easy as go get glasses. Try to keep this trash and they leave me
so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off, knowing I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that was ever made. Just ain't the happy stuff that you hope that you would hear. Boston Ray, level head, I never safe. Y'all just ain't ready yet. Monopoly, get off my property for free. Ain't no stopping me, but only a monstrosity at the top, you see. Boston Ray got bars and jars of flat earth farms in the car. Motherfuckers think it's as easy as Go Gadget live stream. That's why the streams are trash and they do not surprise me. The horizon always rises to the level that your eyes meet. Motherfuckers think it's as easy as Go Gadget live stream. That's why the streams are trash and they do not surprise me. The horizon always rises to the level that your eyes meet.
Yo, everything nice when I sing this song. Don't get me wrong, cause I hit my bong like Tommy when it's 420. You got to understand, coming with it plenty. And it's a dose of reality straight from your brain. We're gonna let them know it's all the same. Cause Mandela affected on the mic I selected. Yo, you don't understand until you get with this. Gotta flow, everything nice, like what you wanna do. Karen B on the Monday Truth Talk. Got the coffee time spitting with your rhyme. I don't need coffee to be full of this. So real, I got love in my heart so I can feel, and I'm connected straight up to the source. And yeah, I love to have intercourse, cause it's so nice when I'm making that love. Just like on the microphone, flowing like a dove, flying in the sky, sending all the branch to the ceiling fan. And you know who I am, Ja. And I got the master plan. We're coming together. I don't need your hate, cause through all the weather we're so much better when we come together. Feeling our feeling, and we know it's the deal, cause we're on the same mission for truth, and that's for real. Yo, so I'm a micro machine. I gotta spit it straight like the man in the dreams. Can I bust my flow? I think I can, cause you see that is so true and feels so lovely when you're spitting your voice and it's happy and free. Truth time warriors, and that's what I be. The earth is flat, so what you gonna do about it? I'm gonna shout it every day, and you gotta know it's true. Chemtrails up in the sky, but they can't stop the weather. It's the 4th of July. Yo, here we go.
Motherfuckers think it's as easy as Go Gadget live stream. That's why the streams are trash and they do not surprise me. The horizon always rises to the level that your eyes be. Motherfuckers think that it's easy as Go Gadget live stream. That's why the streams are trash and they do not surprise me. The horizon always rises to the level that your eyes be.
Darling, you're such a lamb. You sure you forgive me?
The world of science cares about you. Eureka! We found it. With the tools of science, we have invented, yes, hand sanitizer. But not just any hand sanitizer. This hand sanitizer was developed and approved by the Dark One himself. Here are a few of the things our product can bring you.
Bow wow run, he's my mighty puppy. Sir bow wow run, he's my mighty puppy. Sir bow wow run, he's my mighty puppy. Sir bow wow. Mud. You slept. Warning, the self-destruct system has been activated. Option to override self-destruct expires in 10 minutes.
We are live. You've reached Boston Ray Monthly Adventures. Singe Man, you are muted. You're muted. What do you think about the circle? What do you think about the circles? Let's see, can we move them around? Whoa. I can't hear you. You're muted. Like always. Amateur hour. What do you think about the what do you think about the circle, Singe?
Yes. I'm out to play.
Let's see. We have different choices today. Where was that? Let's see.
Warriors. Come out to play.
Want to kick some ass? What do
you
Let's do this, boys. Let's do
What do you think about the circles?
Get around.
Let's see. We got this one or this one. What do you want? Well, how do you want it, Singe? Like this? Like this?
Still. Remember this time. So you can tell your children. Yes.
I kind of like it the old way. It's bigger window.
That's way better. I was there. Unless you have a bunch of people on the screen. Just say, you will tell your children, I was there when Ray and Singed revealed the truth. Truth. I was there. And it would be, people will gather around and you tell the stories as an old man of watching us. Because this will all be gone. The internet will be crashed. They'll take everything away. They'll take all the cars away. We'll all have little campfires. We'll be gathered around the campfires. We'll be like playing guitars.
Let's give him a shout out. Jess Palmer. Dave the Damo. Ryrus. Rye Russ. Flat Earth Andy. Kim Ray.
Kim Ray.
Me.
She's so beautiful. She has to
Is she?
G3C.
Well, you know, she's Canadian. She's Canadian too, though. But we won't hold that. We won't hold that against her. 1982 Mustang.
The most interesting man in the world is Canadian, I think.
Scott Level Realm. Scott Level Realm. Oh man. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else. All right. 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 So this was interesting. Let's go back and check out that video I was playing at the beginning.
Hold on.
I like it. So they have the Betts building demolished in 1926. It's my name. It's my name. Let's go.
One of the things that got me into this field of research, apart from the modern day.
So real quick, the horse and buggy thing, right? You ever notice how like the horse and buggies, they don't look like they belong there. You know what I mean? Like with all those nice buildings, almost like the people were reset back to the horse and buggy era. Like, you know what I mean? Like the place is more advanced. The buildings show that it was more advanced than just horse and buggies. But yet they're riding around in horse and buggies.
Because you come over on a ship, you don't have anything. So you're starting with nothing. I can see that. But in England, those areas, that's different.
Keep it going. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
But in America, I can understand that because you're coming over with nothing, supposedly.
Yeah.
So now they have cars at this point, though.
Old world. Here we go.
World exploration. Dun 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 dun.
I like it.
I like it.
Let's see what it says.
Eyes closed.
We begin with the Betts building in Philadelphia, a Victorian skyscraper.
You see this, Singe? That's how I spell my. That's how I spell my last name.
I know.
It's German.
It's the Betts building. What?
I have a building, but they knocked it down in 26, bro.
Said to have been built in 1889 and 1890. I don't.
Cheers,
know
bruh.
Actual dates, but there's a 1 to 2 year timeline for that one. Betts building would be on this side of the seam here. This is the Franklin Bank building over here. Also said to have been built in 1888, 1889. So again, another short build time.
But no way.
And they demolished this thing in 1926, we are told. I just want you to get a scope.
No.
Get a sense of the scope of the architecture here. The way
it's like a
building materials themselves, and this is a great image of the feeble-looking horse and buggy stacked up against the stone edifice of the Betts building in Philadelphia. We do have a rendering as well of supposedly what it was going to look like, possibly what it did look like. You'll see this a few times in this video as well. Originally it having a tower, we are told. And miraculously, we are provided with a construction photo from 1890. You think the etchers were hard at work on this one? And here's that top portion. Not really making sense too. Let's take a look here. This is the top of that Franklin building. They're going a lot higher here than it looks to be over here. So definitely a suspicious construction photo. Not the first we've seen here. The Betts building, Philadelphia.
The Betts building. It's the best building.
This is the Butler County Courthouse in David City, Nebraska. Said to have been built in 1890 or 1889, depending on your source. It only gives us the 1 year, that's why I include it here.
Oh no!
I couldn't find any resource telling me when the actual build date was, so we're going to assume it was all done in that 1 year, like so many buildings at this time. The very small town of David City, Nebraska, at the time would have had a population of about 2,000 people, and in our modern day still has a population of about 2,000 people. But they built this in under a year, we're to believe. Next up is the Calvert Building in Baltimore, said to have been built between 1900 and 1901. Interesting, you get a construction photo back there as well. Little background action. Nice looking building, still stands. You can see it's been modernized here at the top. Looking quite as spectacular as they do in these old photos. A little bit confusing on this one too, because this building also pops up as the Calvert Building, and I can find very little information on this one, but I felt it worth including in this video. So much decoration. Now this one is said to have been built, this is the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City, Canada, and it's said to have been built between May 1892 and opened on December 18th, 1893. I think that makes it about an 18-month timeline. Now they do say it was constructed in several phases.
I was guessing about
but I've been
200
looking
years
at this
earlier
one
than
for
that.
several years now, and I feel like the timeline.
What's up? What's up?
That's okay, keep going.
I thought you wanted to talk.
I was
Alright.
guessing about 200 years earlier.
Oh, really?
On the construction,
That's just by the look of it.
Since this
Because people don't have that mindset.
taken off, I suppose you could say.
In this era.
They'll say that this portion here was built separately from the outer portion in the 20s, I believe it was. This is an absolutely spectacular structure, even to say that this was done in 18 months in Quebec, Canada. I don't know if you know anything about Quebec City, but it's a harsh winter climate in Quebec City, like much of Canada. So you have to almost write off a lot of the winter months on these timelines. Let's not forget that as we're moving forward in this video as well. Cities like Chicago, New York, production naturally slows down. These are the construction photos we're provided with for this expansion in the 20s. You can see a date here, February 27th it looks like, and a little bit of action going on here at the top. I'm not sure why you would wrap the cone, the top part of.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
the electric drill was invented in 1895. You know, hand drill.
Right. Yeah.
1895.
So all this shit before 1895, they built without a drill, dude. You know how hard it would be to hammer and nail this shit by yourself without a drill? Like,
The very first
anyway.
power tool ever invented, developed by the German engineering company C&E in 1895. They combined an electric motor with a manual drill. 1895. First power tool. What?
What?
You know that.
I did not know.
Say what? I did not.
Unbelievable.
So we are researching.
And even further back in that same year, 2021. This would be June 2021.
I don't know.
MudForce1.
Yeah.
December. So these are quite elaborate construction photos, all taken really from that same angle.
It's dynamite.
Again, you have to look into the early etchers and photo manipulation. There's quite a bit of work done on there. I put a few links.
Quite a bit of work.
Lexicon has done some good work. I looked at recently.
The lack of cars.
All right, check this out. Let's check this out. Let's check this out.
Every picture we've seen so far, no people. Weird.
The first city we will visit is Jacksonville. In 1564,
Florida.
Fort Caroline was the first European settlement established in this place.
A little Florida Mudfoot research for your southern ass. What?
It's called Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, Florida, yeah. That's where we're at. Let's
The
go.
territory of Florida came under the jurisdiction of the United States in 1821. Thereafter, the city received its real name in honor
Thumbs
of
up,
Andrew
post,
Jackson.
share.
Florida's first territorial governor.
Let them know you're here and queer and post it.
An ordinary American city, like the usual American cities. In 1901,
I'll turn it down.
A major fire.
I'll turn you down.
The fire broke.
Really rattly.
This fire destroyed
Oh, yeah?
the business center of the city. 10,000 people.
He has a strong mic.
The city was rebuilt after the fire until 1912. It's been a major fire since 13,000 buildings.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Look, this is obviously a great fire or of some sorts, but look at that. Come on. Ruins. That's how they found the place. It wasn't a great fire. They're lying. Let's go.
Let's take a look at the fire aftermath photograph again.
And they did it to destroy the buildings.
As if large-scale hostilities took place in the city.
They didn't want us seeing the buildings that were there that didn't make no sense of being there. They had to go.
But historians say it's just a fire.
Who would? There's no manpower.
Let's go to the next town. In the mid-19th century, this settlement was a fishing village of poor communication with the outside world, surrounded by swamps. In 1883, phosphates were discovered in the vicinity of the area. This discovery gave a new impetus to the development of the city. The city became a major industrial port. A railway connection was established. In 1888, the railroad magnate Henry B. Plant began building a massive 511-room hotel.
Look at this, dude. This is in Florida, and it looks like it belongs in Russia, okay? Everyone's okay with that. Nobody asked any questions about it.
Completed in 1891. Let's take a look at this hotel. There's a good website, the link of which will be in the description. You can see the photographs in very high quality.
You would want to go visit it and stay there. It's like, wow, look how nice it is.
Look at this building with a crescent above its towers.
We'd be amazed.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Like Disneyland, but better.
Hard to believe it was built in just 3 years.
Out of the windows, it looks very Eastern Indian.
Let's see the city of St. Augustine. The city was founded in 1565 by Admiral Pedro Menendez de Avil. In this city, there's a star fortress. Look at what the usual stellate fortress looked like in an American.
Wow.
This is where even a furnace that heats artillery shells to set fire to enemy ships has been preserved. Artillery shells laid the upper part of the furnace and were taken out of the opposite side. During the time spent in the furnace, the artillery shells were heated up. I wonder how they put these artillery shells and then put them in the gunpowder cannon.
I always wondered.
What a wonderful.
You know, I always wondered that too, Singe.
But we visited this city not for this.
Remember the time you asked that same question in history class, dude? And friggin' and Mr. Goldstein friggin' completely fucking spazzed out on you for asking it. It's crazy.
Sake of the fortress, there is something more.
You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, you started talking about how giants probably helped him move it around. So then he got mad at you.
Mr. Goldstein, you remember him? Social studies.
He turned out to be a pervert and got arrested.
I don't know. I just remember, like, last I heard, he was like, in, you know, C word.
He trapped a whole class in the room and then started showing.
He did?
He started showing his weird films, and he locked the door, and so they.
Well, what was that? The year I went to study abroad in France. Remember that year?
You studied many broads.
Yeah, I did actually. Actually, it was a great time in Paris. I spent for about 2 years of my study, but other than that, you know, I got my degree. Ha 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 ha.
But that doesn't. I mean, yeah.
It makes me better than everybody because I have a degree. I'm better than everybody.
I copied yours and then I just put my name on it. So
I know, but you know it doesn't work that way, Singe. You're not gonna get away with that for too long. Like, I don't know, a couple jobs you apply for might not check, and you know that you have a faulty degree.
On my jobs. I'm smart.
But
I don't use it for.
Shout out to Mr. Goldstein.
I only put jobs that I was fired from on my applications. Ones that give me better. So I went down, down, down. A ring of fire. A ring of fire.
Look at these flagpoles.
Yeah, we'll get to that, Singe. We'll do that next. Actually, let me. I got it.
One chord.
Good call.
I mean, I know.
Totally forgot about it.
I only learned one chord of the song.
Oh, my phone died.
Yeah, that's my favorite song. My favorite chord.
All right, Singe, I gotta charge my phone. Give me a sec.
Here are the same decorations of this ancient building in Venice. In front of the building are the rods themselves, with balls on top. This is hardly a coincidence. This is a kind of technical complex associated with atmospheric electricity. Now, let's look at the fireplace in this hotel. See how strange the design is? That's completely different from a wood-burning fireplace. Look at the two front, similar to metal goblets. There is a metal strip on the back wall. There is an interesting blog on this topic, the link of which will be in the description. The author collected a selection from the photographs of old fireplaces. In front of all fireplaces, two incomprehensible metal goblets. They are all deep in the back wall, covered with a metal plate, and mostly the back wall is connected with the goblets through a metal strip. Therefore, the fireplaces may not have been used as firewood. They are more like induction furnaces.
On the earth,
what a very strange technical device. I think it's very possible this hotel used atmospheric electricity.
I'm not supposed to mention that, so I already broke it. St. Augustine. This video has been brought to you by Crest, the fluoride king. If you'd like to dump down your society, give them Crest with the fluoride king.
Let's check this one out.
So I'm taking.
I went to get some toothpaste today. They had no non-fluoride toothpaste. Where I was like, okay.
Yeah, good call. I have something about that. All right, you want to talk about fluoride? Let's get into fluoride then.
Fluoride, which is a Mandela effect also.
Yeah. Watch this.
You know, I'm just gonna hold it for one here.
Where is it?
Wrenching my shoulders to hold on to my headphones like that. I'm like backwards.
It should be here.
Hey, everybody! We got Ride Rush Real. Scott Level Realm. Realm. What's that mean?
No, it ain't here.
Oh, like better. Sean Osborne. Like, he's related to Ozzy Osbourne. Rocky Shepherd, who was a great person. And who is not related to any rock star because he is a rock star.
Okay, it's not there. Let's see.
Gary Feltham, who is a stand-up comedian at your local bar on Friday nights. And we have Flat Earth Andy, who is actually a handyman during the daytime, walking the streets, helping anyone. Gary Feltham, gave his description. Let's see what we got.
There's more Morgan.
Dave Gemma is a wandering knight on a horse.
All right, this was pretty cool. So this is Rasta Bear's video. I want to copy this video on here. So check this out. Rasta Bear, he took a flight once from like No, I don't know. From like when he went to.
Right now I'm fucking with you.
Anyway, 20 minutes of flatness at 32,000 feet.
Nice
Right.
numbers.
So he put a level on the plane, and he flew all the way from like, I don't know, Oregon to South Carolina.
Pilot wasn't ready for 33.
And look, it's a level, and it completely stayed level the whole time.
That's great. No, I've seen it done before, but not by someone that I know and trust.
Yeah.
I've seen this done before, but it was done by.
Yeah, we did it. I mean, we know who did it. He's not bullshitting. Like it's a level. Like if the plane moved a little bit, it would.
Yeah, you're gonna do it the next time you take a plane. You're gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it. I don't have time for that shit. What up, Rock?
Yeah, why not? You just bring a fucking level.
I trust Rasta Bear. I mean, he did it. Well, I don't have to. All right.
We all do it. We'll be like, dude.
All right, you do it. You do it. You do it then.
I have never been in an airport since 9/11 until I went to pick you up at the airport. It was the first time I'd been in an airport since 9/11. Oops. Can't even say those numbers. Wow, we're on a free platform for sure. But yeah, you know.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, Singe. You can say whatever you want.
I said it quick enough that the algorithm might look at us, but won't concentrate on us.
This is Jesus in the reset.
I've decided I'm not going to go to airports anymore.
Oh, check this one out. Yeah. This is good. All right. You want to see? You want to see how flat it is? 28-mile Kootenai Lake test from Pilot Bay to South Rail Ridge. All right, let's do it. This is a new channel. This guy's a flat earther, and he does laser experiments. You know, testing that the Earth is flat, 8 inches per mile square. We can see too far. The laser goes all the way across. Look, 28-mile laser on Kootenai. He shot a laser for 28 miles, bro, to prove that the Earth was flat. I mean, you don't see globies shooting lasers to prove the globe. Like.
Today we're traveling to Kootenai Lake. We're going to attempt a laser test over 28 miles from the south end of the lake to a spot in the north-northwest called Pilot Bay. This is the spot at the south end of the lake on a railway bridge where we'll be shooting lasers from.
So there's the bridge on this side, and here's the point. And then, there you can look up the lake from here. So yeah, here we are. We're on the railway trestle, looking north to Simon up there. And and we walked about 2 miles in. I just measured it. We're about 27 feet above the water here, and Simon's somewhere down there. And
if you want to join the show, there's the link.
It'll help.
I thought it might be interesting to stop and look at the train tracks again, as they're a perfect example of how perspective works.
If you want this to stream on your channel and you want to join, you could stream it to your channel too.
Lenses
From here.
Our eyes have a vanishing
What up, Alan?
resolution, which on a landscape scale we call the horizon.
I think I stole that picture for the thumbnail from you, Alan. What? You posted it, right?
The narrower the viewing angle becomes, the harder it
is
for a lens to resolve.
Yeah, you
and
did.
At the horizon, objects.
You did, yeah. Alan Nostrum found the thumbnail. The thumbnail is a picture of JFK Air Force One had a flat Earth inside the plane. I've seen it before, but good job, good job. Good job, Scott. Write it down, and we'll put it in line with all the other song ideas that people have been giving me lately.
Will disappear from the bottom up, where the angles of view are most acute.
The problem is, Scott, I can't produce anything. With I don't have any guitars, any bass. I can't make music right now. It sucks. I can only make raps, and for raps, I don't let people ghostwrite for me. I do my own.
The way our eyes work with perspective.
I'm original.
It's completely ignored by those who promote the globe, and is almost never mentioned in spherical mathematical equations. Truly live on a sphere when standing at the shore's edge, looking out at any large body of water. there would be a physical line of sight obstruction about 3.2 miles from where you're standing, if you had a 6-foot viewing height. Interesting, on average, our eyes lose angular resolution at about 3.2 miles away, which just happens to be what spherical mathematics is hijacked to conform to a radius of a 39-59 mile sphere, even though we can never see a physical sphere edge blocking our sight. This fact alone should quash any further debate, as the horizon is always the apparent line at which the ground appears to meet the sky. Since the horizon moves according to weather conditions and is never shown to be a physical blockage in sightline, there is no evidence that we live on a sphere. In fact, as far as apparent eyesight goes, globe pseudo.
What are you saying, Singe?
It's about planes when they go out of sight. They go up, or they appear to be going out in a ways because you can't see that far.
Yeah, just like when the sun goes away, it looks like it's going down over the horizon, but it's not. That's the limitation of your eyes. The human eye can only see so far, and once
billions of light years. You mean I can't see billions of light years?
No, and once the horizon, once the sun goes out of our view, it looks like it's going down, but we can zoom in and bring it right back. Let's go.
So science shows us nothing but apparent
stars
images,
are probably on the firmament,
all doctored,
very close.
and with no basis in reality. These are the simple blue and green handheld lasers we'll be using for today's test.
Oh yeah,
nice. I know, right?
Not even
dude,
the blue lasers, way more powerful.
Dude, it looks like, a lightsaber, bro.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? It looks like the lightsaber from Star Wars, bro. So us flat earthers, we so cool. We have lightsaber lasers that shoot 26 miles. Okay.
Powerful. That's when the spectrum is more easily seen. It's got a different diode in it.
Yeah, I stole it from you, 100%.
Here's the spot at Pilot Bay where we'll set up our cameras.
Thank you, Alan.
Just doing a 28-mile Kootenay Lake test.
All right, you know what?
True kings, it gets lonely at the top. You know I don't believe in the globe no more. I don't keep track, I just know the score. I don't talk trash till I'm sure. I write these raps when I'm totally bored. I'm the guy everyone tries to ignore. Style so fresh you try and buy at the store. We can bring them boats back from high on the shore. My flow's so hot that I'm frying the boards. So much money you try to afford. Debunking the globe is a sport. I'm blasphemous. Rapping, I'm a naturalist. Scratch at this, past that tiff, light a spliff. I don't care how highway is, I'm writing this. Rhyming fast as lightning is. I'm a titan, I will bash you with my giant fist. I'm rapping natural, I will pop you like an aspirin capsule. Blast right past you, everybody's laughing at you. As I sit and bench, press the test of time. None of y'all cowards can touch my rhymes. You can't scuff my shine. You motherfuckers don't know I am loco. Say I won't go to your house for show. Knocking down the door, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. Since the solar eclipse hit, he's making predictions. You pass him that shit, kid, he's taking like 6 hits. I just seen you pull that mask down to take a sip of your drink. Breathing backwards is like trying to take a shit in the sink. What are the kids gonna think? Growing up in a world where individuality isn't a thing. No, I don't believe in the globe no more. I don't keep track, I just know the score. I write these raps when I'm totally bored. I'm the guy everybody tries to ignore. My style's so fresh you try and buy at the store. We can bring the boats back from high in the shore. I'm worth so much money you can try to afford. Debunking the globe is a sport.
All right. We're back. That was fun. All right, where are we at? Let's see what this laser test proves.
Both cameras are currently set up with P1000, P900.
That's it.
Just under.
Look at that. We got a P1000 and a P900 camera. Those things are badass. I've used them before. You can zoom in on the moon, dude. You can zoom in on. You can zoom in on the fucking moon. What are you gonna say? We have a couple of. Did they call it the globe? They call it the globe killer because this is the deal with these cameras. They never expected us to get this type of technology, like where the normal person would have it, like the average Joe would be able to debunk the globe with it. They didn't know. They gave us a piece of tech that we could use to prove that the Earth was flat. We used it, and then they discontinued them. I don't know if they. I know for a fact I think they discontinued both of these now.
You can buy rebuilt ones still.
Yeah, get one while you still can.
So Elon Musk
just under
is,
5 feet off the
Twitter
wall.
X was banned somewhere, like Brazil or something. So he beamed it from space instead. Ha ha ha. You see, they're saying Elon Musk beamed his app from space, bypassed the ban.
Get me the story. Put the links in.
Let's see it.
Get the one about the Ring of Fire that I sent you earlier too.
Both cameras the same height.
Put your political hat on. It's hilarious.
Not using a level, but you can see I'm giving away a few inches.
What up, Splatter?
I just want to mention that this
laser
we have
test.
3 cameras filming from the north end of the lake. We have my cell phone, iPhone 8, a P1000 Nikon, and a P900 Nikon.
Mm-hmm. Sounds legit.
All the cameras were picking up audio, so this means you'll hear the same audio over
Watch.
different footage.
Watch.
I prefer to leave this in.
Pay attention.
Because it's raw and it's honest, and I hope it doesn't get too annoying.
This is what's
But I
gonna.
think
You're gonna see the laser.
As to the quality of the video and the honesty of the video.
In a second, you're gonna see a green dot pop up, and that's the laser from the other side, 28 miles away. If the Earth was curved 8 inches per mile square, you would not be able to see that laser. It would be under the curve of the Earth, if that makes sense to you.
Especially when compared to something like the Genius series that Stephen Hawkins put out when they did their globe Earth tests. Okay, enjoy.
Here we go.
So we're getting dusky here. Kootenay Lake 28 mile test of no curvature. You can see we're lowering P1000 is say 31 inches.
Thumb it up, post, share, like, subscribe, get everybody here.
And
all right, here we go.
P900 should be about 24 inches, which is what it was before. Yep, there's the water, so we're
All right.
24 inches.
20, dude, he's even measuring the water. Come on, guys.
Yep, I got it.
He's got it. He's got the blue.
But I just lost it. Now I got it again. When I got it, it was pretty bright, but
yeah.
So it was in, It'd be nice to get a few more because we really zero in on where you were. Yeah. You saw it not too far to the right of that valley? Yeah.
That's where I saw it, yeah.
And how high up are you?
25 feet. 25 feet. I heard him. Let's see it. Oh, was that it?
See the other camera.
We're getting some flashes, just very intermittent.
Yeah.
We got another one. We're now at the P900. It's set up at 2 feet. As low as I can go on that. Okay, so we're at 2 foot. Now, Dave, this is almost 162 is almost exactly where we're pointing. Yeah, we need a real compass. Yep, got it. That was on the record too. Yep, got a blue. Getting it. Whatever you said, I wonder, it worked.
Yeah, there it is.
We're getting it.
Here we go. We're getting it.
Yeah, there it is. Green.
There it is. There it is. You see it?
Yeah, I think we can see it with naked eye, can't we, Dave?
I don't know, you would think. See, with the binoculars, like really bright when it hits. I'll try with my naked eyes, but my naked eyes aren't very good anymore.
Can you call so that I can film the camera filming? I've got it. We've got you. Perfect. Hang on, but
Give me a call.
yeah, okay.
We'll keep going.
Oh, can you call Dave?
I can't call Dave. Can you call me?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to say it, you can.
Yeah, I'm just using my camera to film my camera.
There's some links in there. I don't know how good they are.
I know. Well, you got one. I got one link. One link. Did you get the other one? Hold on. I'm getting the one I wanted though. Oh, you got it?
Saw one, but
Is that the same
yeah,
one?
Got it. So now I'm getting it on my phone camera.
Hold on.
Don't think it matters.
I got it too. Hold on. I got them both.
Yeah, we got you. Was that a white flash? Yeah.
Everywhere.
Gotcha. We got small
flash.
I'm gonna have to find more mainstream.
We're getting the mosquitoes in the background too.
Oh man, they're slow.
We shouldn't laugh.
Oh.
No, we shouldn't laugh.
Oh, it's alright.
I forgot we had this guy on.
We're getting bit too, but just not as bad.
So no more flashes?
Yep, got one. But we're just getting them sporadic. But we are getting them.
Yep.
Dave said yep, but I didn't see it.
Yep.
Yep. Got that one.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
I kind of know where you are now.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be able to see that on a globe. On a globe, you shouldn't be able to see the green dot. Okay?
You're kind of going up and down.
That's what we're trying to say. You see that? You see that green? You should not be able to see that green on a globe. It would be under the curve of the Earth. It's 28 miles away.
There you are now, yeah. Very much, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we get the point. All right, let's see. So, where'd it go? We used to have such a cool one. Did I have to delete that one day? Oh, maybe I did. Oh, here it is. Today's moon sets up a supermoon eclipse and a ring of fire. Moon today, and you won't find it. With our only natural satellite roughly between Earth and the Sun, it will be lost in the glare of our star as green from our plane. The new moon in September 2024 comes at 9:55 p.m. EDT on Monday, September 2nd. But it's what it sets in motion that makes it special. A lunar eclipse in a solar eclipse. The ring of fire. Dun dun dun. While the coming full moon, the harvest moon, on September 17th, will drift into the edge of Earth's shadow in space to cause a partial lunar eclipse. The following new moon, on October 2nd, will obscure the center of the sun's disk. All we know for sure is that this is just a sky phenomena. If the latter reminds you of what happened across North America on April 8th, think again. While that was rare total solar eclipse, this one is in an annular type better known as a ring of fire. Visible island in southern Chile in Argentina. Line of sight. Oh, look at that. There's the Moai. Alright, so where was it? Right here. I'll let them explain it. I don't want to do too much reading tonight. I don't have too much of an incentive. Let's see. Why is it not playing? Alright, you know what? Ring of Fire. Oh, NASA. This is NASA. Oh, here we go. Let's see what... Whoa. Annual. This is NASA's footage. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what's going to happen. The Ring of... Great save, Singe. Great save. You're always there. So we got the Bing video. Singe wanted to cover that one, so I'm not gonna cover it without him. All right. 1, 2. What up? What up, Sean Osborne? What up, Dave the Demo? What up, Rye Russ? How we doing? All right. Let me see what I got down here. So I was looking at this. Boom! Let's check. What is this? You might ask. I don't know. It's just something I was looking at. All right. Let's see. Oh, what happened here? I don't like that. I like the little circles for now. Okay. So, black and white photographs. No, I'm not accepting. To do with these cookies. Shut them all off if you can. Let's see, do they let me? No. Okay, accept. Friggin' bullshit. They better keep my shit private. Alright. Here we go. Black and white photographs of human faces on historic buildings. Dun dun dun. Alright, so nobody else thinks these are weird? You know, like faces in buildings? Like, do we still do this? Who are these people? Where did they come from? Why weren't we taught about them in school? And also, yeah, all that. You know, it's like, were they statues that were in the rubble? And they just picked the head up and cemented it on the building? Were these people from the old world that we just don't know? You know, who are they? They must have been important to put their face on the building. Were they the owners of the building at one point? The daughters? I don't know. Let's move on. It says, a collection of black and white architectural detail photographs of old buildings that feature human faces as a design element. It seems that earlier generations of architects like to humanize their structures by including human faces as design elements. Not as grotesque as gargoyles, these examples, typically female, presented in an almost classic style. Yeah, it's old world style, because it's not from this world that we know about. Okay, moving on. Look at this guy. Whoa. That's like, who is that? What do you guys think? They look fake? What do you mean? You think that these aren't even real? What is it, AI? No, this is real. People are making these. Look. Oh, if you click on it, it tells you. Carved face on the Druma building, number 5, North Carolina, dude. North Kakalaki. Scott. Right there. Druma building, number 5, Asheville. Bro. Asheville. That's where it's at, bro. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing here? Let's go see what the other one was then. If I can click on them and it's going to tell me, that's so cool. Let's see what this is. Oh, that one doesn't let me click on it? Well, that's cool. That one. Oh, what's this one? Yeah. Face on historic building on Meeting Street in Charleston. What's this, North Carolina? Charleston, North Carolina? Wow. You guys got some old buildings. Wow. Okay, moving down. What's this? Charleston architecture detail, face on the ornate arch. Bro. This one looks like Medusa. The Adonis of Chestnut Street, a bust of a young man on a building in downtown. Bust of a young man? Well, he's got a floral. All right, pretty cool. Moving right through it. What's this? Whoa. Ornamental carved face in the interior of Independence Hall, Philadelphia. What's this one? Decorative carved wooden face on the interior. Oh, that's Philadelphia. All right, let's see what this is. Paducah Caryatid. Oh, they got the medical, is it Caduceus? Fido, stop! Hold on. It's my dog, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta stop. Fido! You want some milk? Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Alright, moving on. What's this? Oh, this is the True Kings logo. The True Kings logo. Let's see. Cherub, downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Unbelievable.
How are you?
How you feeling?
I've got the Rona.
Scott's here.
I don't know what to do.
Scott.
I got long Rona.
What?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay.
Hey, True Kings.
I was wondering. I was wondering about how, if you guys want to do like a little thing called how the upward rising Earth is a falsehood.
Never heard of it. What are you talking about?
All right. I mean,
what?
Yeah.
So are you Are you really gonna debate not cicada?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to be around at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
This thing? I never.
I got things to do during the day. I got kids, man. That's why I come on at night. I don't get time. I ain't got time for that shit.
Oh, so you're not gonna argue with them? Okay, well that's fine.
Rasta Bear's going.
Oh, okay, Rasta Bear.
All right. Listen, man. I don't care what they say because you know why, Scott? This is the way I'm looking at it, right? Okay, God created the earth. I believe in the biblical model because it brought me closer to God, right?
Yes.
We're the center of all creation. Everything revolves around us. It doesn't say anywhere in the Bible that it's rising up, right? So so anything that goes against the Bible is anti-God, anti-Christ, anti-Bible. So I don't want to believe in any model that is an anti-Christ satanic model. I'm sorry. So no matter what they say, and Scott, they're using physics to prove their model, right?
Well, physics is man-made. Yes.
Physics is scientism.
Yes, I know, but I can tell you how to beat them at their little game.
No. Listen.
I like it though. I like it. You know what?
Scientism is a religion with no God. And the definition of hell is a place where there's God. So
problems in the globe. The globe is
these people that believe in science, and it's like they're like academics, you know. So they're kind of more or less like, oh well, like trying to show me math and friggin' experiments and none of.
Yeah,
I don't believe in science at all, and I believe if you went to school, you're brainwashed and you're indoctrinated.
Yes. I mean, you can go to school and not be brainwashed.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much
real science that can be repeated.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But if you're gonna like.
All I'm saying is there's an easy.
It's not cool. It's not cool to be good in school. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they think. Like I'm straight, dude. I'm straight.
Our saving grace was that we skipped half of school.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Like I failed at a college too. I failed at a college.
But
I was gonna let you know.
I'll play your video. Scott.
No. Which one? The one that's going faster and faster.
I don't know. The one you sent me earlier.
Yeah, fam, welcome back. Got another clip for you. I appreciate the feedback on Alan's audio message. I've been talking with Man of Stone, and he had something to contribute, so he left a message for me on Telegram, and he also made a graph for us to go over. So without further ado, let me know what you think about this one. And I quote, here's the breakdown. Just take the value and apply it to real time. In this scenario, every second the Earth is going upward faster and then faster the very next second and then the next, and so on. This is what we call a non-inertial frame of reference. We call it that because objects within it are constantly showing a change in their inertia. They, ironically, are accelerating. The term inertial frame usually implies constant inertia, no acceleration, which is a function of an object's momentum. No change in velocity.
All right, explain, Scott. Go ahead.
Okay, well, really quick though. Remember the other night where I was talking to Cindy?
Wait! Don't change the subject because we're talking about inertia right now.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do that to me tonight, please. I can't go in a million different directions.
I was saying inertia when Singe Man was right. It was centripetal or centrifugal force. Remember, like, you know how he was explaining how we're going sideways. Remember that? Remember, I was being rich from Boston, and then he's like, what's that called? It with a C. That's actually
centrifugal force.
Centrifugal.
What's that mean? Sideways? That means sideways.
It means either on the inside of a circle or on the outside of a circle. But inertial means like at rest. So I was wrong. I'm admitting that I was wrong. As I was being rich from Boston, I was being wrong. So you can go ahead and play.
Okay.
No change in inertia, inertial frame. Pretend we start the analysis at the beginning of time, when the Earth is supposedly going 0 meters per second. We start at...
by the way, Scott, thanks for the pizza the other day. Dude, Scott had a free pizza delivered to my house the other day, man. It was
it wasn't free. It cost me $12.50.
Oh, nice. Well, it was free for me, though.
Yeah, but it was still a good discount.
Oh yeah, yeah. It lasted me. Like, I had pizza for like 2 days, bro.
Well, did you kids eat the pizza too?
Yeah, everyone did. Dude, it's a Sicilian.
Yeah,
it was a Sicilian.
All right, let's back
The
to it.
whole thing's a thought experiment, so roll with it and think it through. After the Earth spins so many seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, constantly accelerating, with no cessation in the acceleration itself, just like we experience on the surface here, 24/7, 365, with zero interruption, after just less than a single year, the Earth's speed would exceed the speed of light. 2 years, twice the speed of light, and so on.
Whoa! So after 2 years, we'd be rising up half the speed
of light. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. This is good
Yeah,
job.
that's what I'm trying to
Good job, run Boston Bear.
Record that Earth has existed in a straight linear timeline
I
for
was gonna say,
centuries.
that
The whole
rising thing
concept is absurd. All right,
muddies
more
the
chips on the
waters.
table. Let's see where this goes.
And if anybody's
leave
gonna
some
muddy the
comments
water,
if you
it's
want,
gonna be
and
us.
if you want to find Stone's work,
mud
go to
mob.
BitChute, search "Man of Stone" one word.
Yeah, this
into
guy
their
isn't even on
channels,
YouTube.
and you'll find it. There's a lot of great videos.
He's not even
We're
on YouTube, the guy.
continuing to seek out the truth in all things. Take care.
Yeah. So do you understand,
That's
Ray?
awesome.
After 2 years, you're already going faster than the speed of so-called light.
Dude, that's fucking ridiculous.
So I mean, you know.
Yeah. So
what are we even doing here? Like, and I agree with you. Like, why are
I'm
we?
not gonna go on and fight with them about it.
Yeah. Good.
They don't want to listen. It's not like Scott. It's not like after debate. It's not like people are gonna be like. People aren't gonna decide one way or the other, right? And
I can change my mind.
And they've already done this. They've already done this to us, like back in like 2013, 2014, 2015, and all it is it's a disinformation campaign by the Flat Earth Society to get us, all the flat earthers, distracted instead of proving the Earth is flat, arguing, and completely destroy what we've built.
Yeah.
And
So
if you're even giving it your attention,
I know. I agree with that.
You're consenting to the destruction of the truth community.
But we can make it funny. Can we just try to make it funny though? While we're, you know what I mean?
Back hard.
We can make
We
it
had
funny, you know.
energy.
So I had an idea.
Well.
You know the song by Aerosmith. You know who John Keeley is? He's actually the lead singer of Aerosmith, right?
Yes. I hung out.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. Steven
Yeah.
Tyler. Yeah, he is.
That was
He's Steven Tyler.
Remember that song, "Love in an Elevator"?
Loving an elevator.
Yeah, right.
Living it up
Right.
when you're
So-
going down.
Yeah. See.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's life on an elevator pogo stick.
I don't
Same
know.
thing.
I'm not working on any. I'm not doing any song. I write my own music. You guys make a song. I'll play guitar once I have a guitar. Let's go.
I was just joking.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down as the flames
Hey
ran
everyone,
higher.
just wanted to talk today a little bit about a lot of the discrepancies in the South, particularly more below the equator, as far as discrepancies with distances and mileage. And
This is good.
further south you go, generally distances are going to be much greater. Whether that's Australia or South America or Brazil or even Antarctica or the Southern Ocean.
Yeah.
Anytime
Brazil
anyone navigates down there, we've came to find that that there's many discrepancies with the miles that they're navigating, and we've come across this in many different ways. Now, to kind of give you a better idea, if you're on a globe, the bottom of the equator should be the same as above the equator. So whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, it should be the same distance.
Yeah.
But obviously
Unless
on a
it's
flat
pear-shaped, however.
plane, that's going to be a greater distance the farther out you go beyond the equator. It's going to be drastically greater distances.
Yeah.
But again, if you're on a globe, this distance around below the equator should be equal to the distance around above the equator. But we're going to show today and demonstrate that that's just simply not the case. And we're going to demonstrate a few ways of how we came across this. One of the things we've come across is with globe races, a lot of the distances that have been navigated are far beyond what they should be navigating.
That's a pretty cool little boat.
A lot of the world records for the greatest speeds.
There's one guy on that boat, dude. One guy
up north in the northern hemisphere, and
it's freaking cool.
The speeds are much slower in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
Another thing we came across is
I like because StreamYard is letting us stream in 1080 now.
Southern hemisphere.
Oh, really?
Some of them.
Yeah, so I'm looking for good, high quality video
also
to show.
Another thing that
it looks good
is the Argo floats, or the Argo fleet of.
There's the
how
blue
the
dot.
distance they cover and the cycle.
Yeah, do you guys know really quick
is
though?
Much greater than what it should be.
They say,
and also with the undersea.
Go ahead.
They say that the guys that are sailing in the southern hemisphere, like down really low, they say it's like half the speed. So like they're always going at like half the speed of the boat. Like, why would that happen? When there's actually faster winds, dude. There's faster winds in the southern hemisphere down there.
So the boat should be going faster.
Yeah, and they're like, no, we're only going like 12 miles an hour when they're really going like 24.
Oh, is Singeman here? Are you here? Oh, you're here. Okay. Ready, Singe? What about this one?
Oh, well.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. You got to do we got to get the news banner. We got to get this is action news. This is action news. All right, Singe.
This just in. Elon Musk defies Twitter X ban in Brazil by beaming app from space. He will not be stopped.
There you go.
Cannot stop spaceman Elon Musk. So
I was trying to get him up there.
There you go. You'll get it. You'll get it.
Other one. That's getting closer.
I'm pretending I'm you, Singe. Let's go.
You have to have a quick word. That's fine. I need to get my green screen going back.
Why?
Because
just read the report. Just read the report.
Oh, I can't see it.
All right. All right, read it.
Okay.
What is Elon Musk doing?
He has found a way to bypass a ban on social media in Brazil by allowing people in this country to access the app through his satellite internet provider known as Starlink.
What?
Brazil's Supreme Court voted on Monday to uphold a ban on X that was introduced last week because it's such a horrible thing to let people talk. So we must ban that by Justice Alexander de Moraes after company failed to follow a court order to appoint a new legal representative in the country. The company failed to follow a court order to appoint a new legal representative in the country. Well, they didn't just fail that on purpose. They were made to fail that. We know how things are. So Mr. Musk, that sounds weird. I never said that before. Mr. Musk.
Mr. Musk. Senior Musk.
Mr. Musk criticized the ruling, claiming that Judge Moraes was a dictator who should be impeached for violating freedom of speech. So Starlink, which is controlled by Mr. Musk's company, SpaceX, has more than 250,000 customers in Brazil, which is in the past, Brazil has done some horrible things to its citizens, as well as its prisoners.
Elon Musk is not a real person. He's an actor from South Africa.
Elon Musk is great. He has Starlink lighting in the sky, and he beams down Twitter X into Brazil. So there you go.
Okay, moving on. All right, well, thank you, Singe. You did a good job. Let's take a break. You know, we're baby steps tonight. We're taking it easy. We gotta wait for the rest of the world to catch up and know that we're here. Let's go.
It burns. Ow! That ring of fire. He's bound by a wild desire. Run into. Okay, next. What's the next song we're gonna sing?
Here's another one that I saw, guys.
That for a reason, though. Because there was a ring of fire in the sky tonight. Kept you. I just said that.
Commercial. Oh, here we go, guys. Here's another one.
Did anybody see the ring of fire in the sky? They said it was seen across the world.
There we go, guys.
Ring of fire.
The Polaris Dawn crew remains in quarantine tonight ahead of Friday's launch window, now set for 3:38 a.m.
The commander of the mission says space exploration demands patience, and the reason for the early launch, safety. Another day of waiting for the crew of the Polaris Dawn.
Who's
Launch
safety?
Complex
Your safety?
39A at the Kennedy Space Center stands ready. On top of the Falcon 9, Dragon 207 now making its third trip into space. Commander Jared Isaacman apologizing to family and friends who have traveled to Central Florida in a post on X, saying, "We are deeply grateful for the dedication of everyone involved and for the support of those who believe in our mission." The mission will take them to the Van Allen radiation rays on the Dragon spacecraft and
they go into the Van Allen belts, guys.
physical bodies, gathering critical data needed if mankind may and a Mars landing.
This is the farthest humans have traveled
since the last time humans walked on the moon more than 50 years ago.
After a day of testing, the team will travel down halfway back to Earth to perform the world's first all-commercial spacewalk using new SpaceX suits. Isaacman explains with no rendezvous with the ISS, the early morning hours on launch day will increase safety.
But Earth does a really good job as objects get closer to it to clean them up and burn them up, but that takes a really long time when it's higher up. So a lot of smart people at SpaceX figured out the optimal times for us to launch, which is why we have that launch window. And through
I thought, you know what, Cinch? I thought I had it all figured out. This guy has it all figured out. You know what I mean? Like,
flying at, and then that low 190 perigee, we're able to mitigate a lot of that orbital debris risk during those launch windows.
A mission never tried before, counting down just days away from making history.
Whoa, dude. So now you're gonna have to do that $50 that you owe me for the bet. Remember you said they're never gonna go to the Van Allen radiation belt, and I was like, well, put your money where your mouth is, fool, because we're going to the.
I sent it to you on your Cash App just now. Boom.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. See, I'm making money. Thank you.
I'll get it back on the next bet.
Yeah,
okay,
on the next one.
I bet you that they're going to name the next one Dragon 2.
Dragon 2?
They copied me on all of my Dragon stuff.
Okay, so what do you guys think about the idea that mountains could speak?
Well, my forest speaks to me. When I go into my forest, okay, there's no breeze or anything. But as I walk into the forest, the breeze
Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support on the last video. When we look at monuments,
Yeah. What do you think about? What do you think about megaliths and petrified giants?
Well, if my forest can talk to me, I guess rocks can talk to you. And it's where
mental
does
accomplishments
D&D
of the previous
separate from
society,
reality?
the society of
D
the
and
old
reality
world, or the
meld.
society which thrived before the year 1900.
Rocks,
Many
gotta be
of
careful,
the
they're highly
findings that we come across are only amplified by the disheartening attempts of modern academia to discredit these findings, a fact which is often scoffed at and also sometimes deemed to be a pseudoscience, but a fact nonetheless is that a large majority of the world has a legend, a belief within their ancestral roots regarding a great flood. It doesn't matter what part of the world you are from, you have a story of the deluge, a cataclysmic event which had at one time or another, according to these myths and legend, reshaped the cultures around the world. Now, many historians and scientists alike do not regard
I've been in
these
some small floods in
as
towns.
fact. However, throughout the years, others have attempted successfully to prove that within the timeline of many of the greatest cities across the world, this flood did occur. The true anomaly then becomes a question. Did all of these flood events occur? And if they did, were they occurring at relatively the same time period? Indeed, when we're searching the Abrahamic text for various mentions of the Great Flood, it is not difficult to find at all. And furthermore, the same mysterious floods are described in compelling detail in the most ancient of cultures. We have, for example, the Sumerian flood myth, also known as the Eridu Genesis, for which the entire Sumerian religion was formed from. This myth details the rise of man as a creation by the gods, and also goes into detail of how the feudal system was created, the origins of mankind leading up to the finding of the first cities, before this myth ends with the global flood. Modern theologists have argued for centuries.
It looks like a face.
Similarities between the Sumerian flood aspects
yeah, I know,
of the Abrahamic narrative, which was said to have arose at a later time. Why this becomes so
I know.
important
Yeah, I
is
think so
essentially the
too.
root
I think
for
so
the
too.
three Abrahamic religions. The point in
I don't think, just because something looks like something doesn't mean that it is. Quote me on that. Just because it looks like something, it doesn't mean that it is. All right, let's go.
I personally could never look at this kind of information and fully trust the mainstream history ever again. It honestly is fairy tale stuff for adults at this point. Now, I found some really cool pictures that I've been waiting to share with you all from the 1800s, and they are very strange. They are so out of place and just totally looks like our new civilization is just completely lost in the photos. This one is from Boston on 88 Commonwealth Avenue.
Okay.
At some point in between 1890
I know where that
and
is.
1899. You have dirt roads. You have these people occupying
Yeah,
these buildings.
yeah. Here we
They
go.
have zero clue where it came from.
Yeah.
Here we have a few photos. in
They just look
1890. And where
so
is
out of
everybody?
place.
Looking and sounding a little more strange now. We have all of these incredible buildings.
Yeah,
And
where
more
is
people.
everybody?
Why would you need all of these buildings for such a small population? You wouldn't. The previous civilization was here before. They constructed all of these buildings, and they needed every single one of them. Here in Boston from the sky. It's obviously a drawing and not real from 1899. But look how the city is clearly laid out. It even has land that is perfectly formed, right on the water. Here we have the Boston Public Library with dirt roads. And of course, it's still here today, looking better than ever. Exactly like our buildings that we build today. Oh no, not like our buildings today. In fact, nothing like them. And then I went on to the historic New England website, and they have a page called Old Boston, which is pretty telling in itself. And the description here says, these are 5 images showing the development of Beacon Hill from drawings by J.H. Smith, made on the spot in 1811 and 1812. The guy is depicting horses and wagons with and a huge mound that looks to me like they've dug this massive structure out from underneath the dirt. And this is one of the strangest pictures for me. It's from 1840 in Boston, where the population was only 93,000 people. And right
Wow.
before this photo, in 1839, what do you know? Boston's lunatic asylum was established.
Nice.
Check out episode 13 if you're interested in that topic. Very interesting stuff. And people look so out of place, and they look like farmers. Nothing against farmers, but
No.
they're in a palace with dirt roads and horses. I'm not sure that I've seen many stranger depictions of the past than this one. If we zoom in on the massive building with incredible columns, we can see that it is the Boston Insurance Office. Well, we also know that this is from State Street, Boston. So let's have some fun and go even deeper. We have the 4 columns, exactly like the depiction from 1840. But can anyone see what is missing from the 1872 photo? Only 32 years later, something is missing. How about the entire bottom portion of this building covered up? And the top of the building is
see
all
that?
changed.
No,
So
get it.
someone went in here and
Hold
did
on.
something
Pa-
to these buildings. And this
yeah.
area
Yeah,
between
side by side.
1840 and 1872. In 1862, we get the Boston Educational Commission to make sure everyone is being told what to think. And here we have the National Theater in Boston, where in 1852, the theater burned down, but they rebuilt it, thankfully. So that 11 years later, it could just be destroyed by another fire. And we all know about the fires. A great nod that this is an old world building. So we have this picture of State Street, and then we have an actual photo of the same street
How hard
60
it would
years
be
later,
because of
in the
fire.
year 1900.
Place like
And
that.
everyone is still riding around on horses and wagons. This is another photo of State Street in Boston from 1850, where
actually
there
looks
aren't
easier
any
to walk.
people
You see
on
more
the
people
street.
walking.
I think it's very important to share
Yeah.
these photos so that everyone can see them.
I know where that
Can't
is.
find anymore, which is
No.
interesting in itself.
I've never-
These fully prove that we are
They might
correct.
even have a push-
I've never seen these. I've never seen these photos.
These
Like in
photos are
China, they have a
displaying
guy in a cart,
civilization that
you
was
sit in the
so
cart and they push you.
technologically
There's one to
weak,
your left,
where they
maybe.
were riding around
You sit in the cart and they push you.
massive palace buildings.
Whoa,
You know what I mean?
look
You
at
pay
that.
the guy,
Know
you just
that
pay
they
the
might
guy
be in the wrong
push you down the
timeline.
street.
Look at
And
that.
Here's the same road with 0 people again from June of 1875.
That's what I'm
and it gets
saying.
even weirder when we see
is
this
hard
photo
to
from
find.
1898. 23 years later, where they are digging up the dirt road
only time you
with
can get a
their
street like that is
incredible
if you clear
technology
it with
of
a Hollywood
shovels
set.
and wheelbarrows.
Have
And
this
what is really going
street
on here?
cleared.
Are they tearing apart the previous civilization's road that was under all of this dirt, hiding? These are massive and no ordinary brick. Comment below what you think this is. I think this is a destruction process, but would love to hear your ideas. And here we have this U.S. Post Office building, which was the first post office building in the city of Boston to be owned by the United States federal government.
Wow.
They knocked this one down to build the John W. McCormick Post Office and Courthouse. And this is where I found that they are fully lying to us.
The way it's
Here we
piled,
go.
though, it does look
We
like
are
it was
told
knocked down.
that the John W. McCormick Post Office and Courthouse was constructed between 1931 and 1933. But I have found a massive flaw in their story. And this building was not always called the John W. McCormick Post Office and Courthouse.
Of course
They had
not.
changed the name of it so that we would not be able to find it in the archives.
Of course they
Found out
did.
That this building was actually called the United Shoe Machinery Building.
Ah.
Having a serious issue
See those
for
angles
the
on it?
mainstream
Made
history
to
because
collect
I found the
frequencies and
United Shoe
vibrations.
Machinery Building in a photo from 1930, and that
heat
building
sink
is done. We were told that they built it in 1931 to 1933, and I didn't just find
they all
one
have that
photo.
heat sink
I
look.
found a lot of them, and this is incredible because this proves that we just need to go find what the building's
That
name
will
was
run it.
before they say that they founded it,
Alright.
and it will then appear in the photos that predate the mainstream timeline. These buildings are older than we are told, and I think we found something massive today. And not only did they change the name of the building, but they have also changed the name of the street, with it being located at 50 High Street. And now the building has that street address erased from the side. There's a lot more on the way. So if you like this kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back very soon with much more.
Every other video on my For You page is about the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Mist. Let's put this to the test. Since I'm going to be out in the sun and in the water all day, I'm really counting on this setting spray to hold everything in place.
Way to hit me with a commercial right at the very end, right? Like,
Yes, this hour is brought to you by Fluoride.
Hey everybody, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about the last great Gothic trade empire, the formation of it and the fall and what may have happened.
That's my lunch break.
Story, so let's get into it. Now we're going to be talking about the German Hanseatic.
My lunch break.
It was this extensive trade network.
Right here.
I believe was established.
This is
in
it.
the 13th century, and it fades into the background, we're told, by the mid-1600s. Featured a lot of structures involving red brick in a style referred to as red brick Gothic. And this
Red
is
brick
just
Gothic.
a city gate from that period of time, built, we're told, in 1464, brick Gothic construction from the German city of Lübeck. So we have this extensive trade network, primarily in Northern Europe. It involved more countries than Germany, but these are just some.
Singeman, you were the one that developed this trade network. Remember that way back when? They're showing you they're showing you trade network again.
How my grandpa told me to.
Why did you name it Hans? Because that was your grandfather's name. Yeah, Hans.
I was quick. And we were cartographers.
Yes.
How do I know what a cartographer is? Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons teaches you a lot.
Yeah. D&D. Yeah, it does.
You're a nerd.
Some of the principal cities, and I believe at one point there were almost 200 member cities in this trade network, the Hanseatic League.
Hold on. Something. What, Nancy? Huh? Hold on, shit, I'm getting a freaking, Engineers gave a mushroom a robot body and let it run wild. Nobody knows what sleeping mushrooms dream of when their vast mycelial networks flicker and pulse with electrochemical responses akin to those of our own brain cells. But given a chance, what might this web of impulses do if granted a moment of freedom?
That's scary.
They letting mushrooms run around. An interdisciplinary team of researchers from Cornell University. I was there before, Cornell University. I went there. It's upstate New York. By the Finger Lake region, Ithaca. In the U.S. and the University of Florence in Italy took steps to find out putting a culture of the edible mushroom species. Pleurotus, whatever. Also known as the king oyster mushroom. True kings, in control of a pair of vehicles in which can twitch and roll across a flat surface, not a ball. By growing mycelium into the electronics of a robot, we were able to allow biohybrid machine to sense and respond to the environment. Melding meat with machine is nothing new. Melding meat with machine is nothing new. Evolution has... yeah. Look, listen to this. Evolution has hundreds of millions of years to fine-tune organic meat. Shut the fuck up. So it's only natural we turn to biology for shortcuts or making robust devices. Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
Check this out.
Wait, what's that?
That leads me to my hypothesis.
Uh-huh.
My hypothesis.
Oh, here we go. Here's a video. Real quick. That's fucking scary, dude. The mushroom. They're letting a mushroom just move around, dude. Bruh. I don't know, man. I don't know, bruh. I don't know if I like it.
Flash it with some light and make it move a little more.
Dude, look at it. It's a mushroom with a robot body. You guys are okay with this? Everyone's fine. Everybody's. Did you consent to this? Because they didn't ask my consent.
All you need to do is put like an AI fucking computer thing in there, right? And then now you have the robot talking.
Wow, what are they trying to give me? Look, flexible soft robots. You want to see what that is? Look at this. Tested in depth, getting started into. Let's see what's this. Human body versus nuclear explosion simulation? No. Don't want to see that. Mowing a lawn is like year 3000. Lasers. This unstoppable robot could save your life. Wi-Fi killer. Let's see. China has released its most advanced robots. Let's see that. Yeah, let's see what China's doing. Let's check in with China. China t-shirts for sale in the t-shirt shop. Actually, you know what? Before we show let's show our China t-shirt shops before we show the Chinese robots. Because you know what? Because you know what, Singe? Life is hard. Right? No, Singe. Listen to me for a second. Life is hard, and we need support. We need support.
It's hard today. Oh my God. I can't believe it. What?
Yeah. Bills.
I got another day tomorrow. Boom.
Right now, the StreamYard bills do, electricities do, everything that I need to possibly stream. In my existence is my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness and very own existence is being threatened. So we need to raise some funds. So I love coming on.
I remember you talking to the teacher.
I love I love coming. Listen.
Like a 10-minute spiel telling them why you're turning.
Singe.
And they would let you up. They would let you up. So there is that.
I love coming on here for free, but it doesn't pay the bills. The StreamYard bill ain't gonna pay itself. The electricity bill ain't gonna pay itself. The internet bill was like over $100. All right, here we go. China, we can build anything. Boom, that's the new China design. We can build China. We can build anything in our t-shirt shop. So you can support us. It's fine. We need it. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the links are there. But also buy merchandise. That's a dog t-shirt, bro. That's a dog. You can buy a Muddy Buddies dog t-shirt for your little dog, dude.
Oh, I want one for my dog. How much is it?
Get one. They're like $23.99.
I might get one.
You know?
My little cute puppy.
You should. I mean, the dog would love it.
The Muddy Buddies sticker, please.
Oh, this one?
That's cute.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
good.
made that. Oh, yes.
Yeah, you did.
Mud flood and flat.
All this is pretty much Sin's design. But yeah, we have so much cool stuff, man. I love this shit.
Butters, Bucky Ducky.
True Kings. We got the True Kings merchandise out too. 3 different True Kings designs, I think. Because one of them's just a crown.
Yeah, if you go to this page, you gotta dig around because there's a lot of stuff. There's like 24 pages.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stay on it forever. All right,
I'm telling them if they go to it, dig around. There's a lot of stuff to look at.
I'm not
There's
gonna.
a lot of products.
So anyway, China. We can build anything. Most advanced robots ever. Let's go. This is China. Dooba dooba doop doot 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 doot.
Dude, I gotta have one. I gotta have that.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 of those actually. I have one. Can you imagine? It's like mine.
Where'd it go? Is it over?
The manufacturer of the beloved worldwide Dream robot vacuums has
You know, this is so awesome that China's doing this. Why can't we be more like China?
introduced a range, including a humanoid robot and a robo-dog. Obviously, the manufacturer has not been standing still in recent years. It all began with the
Is this even
manufacturer
real?
entering the race to produce
Is this
a fully
AI?
functional robot with a high degree of freedom of
Singe.
movement. The robot was first showcased at
No,
the
they
WRC
have them now.
These are real robots?
2023 exhibition, impressing attendees by preparing coffee and interacting with them. The company claims that this activity was chosen merely to demonstrate that their robot can
Yes,
perform many
Scott.
tasks. The robot's dimensions match the
Yeah, Scott, there is Sir Bow Wow. There is a Sir Bow Wow Mud. There's a bunch of different stuff with him on it. Just him by himself. It says Sir Bow Wow Mud. Just look through the thing.
those of a human, with a height of 178 centimeters and a weight of only 56 kilograms.
Here's the link. Here's the
For
link.
a humanoid robot. Its drives provide 44 degrees of freedom, controlled by
great,
an advanced
boy.
motion control
Looking at
algorithm using numerous sensors.
hippie guy with
Greater
a tattoo
mobility
on his
increases
face.
the need for
You're gonna say,
intellectual
"Get your coffee from
computations,
a
an
robot?"
area where the
I'll go for
manufacturer
that.
has excelled by testing the best algorithms
You know
on
what
the
I'm
world's
talking
best robot vacuums.
Yeah.
Considerable.
Whoa,
Maybe
look
they
at
have-
this
maybe
thing.
A hippie guy with a tattoo on his face and a big
Dude.
earring in his nose, serving you coffee. You're like, where's my robot coffee?
Dude, listen. You see him petting it? Do you think he's really petting it because it's his dog, or you think he's doing it to be funny for the
He
video?
loves it, and it's cute.
Full attention was
Look at that.
Puppy, and thank you.
He's treating it like it's a real dog. Does anybody else think that's sick? Let's go.
given to the robotic pet as the company positions its product.
Look at
That's
him.
the set
Sick-
of functions that are
sick
completely
fuck.
unusual for robo-dogs from other manufacturers. Dream Dog can bark, give a paw, amusingly stomp and spin in place, and even play music. However, the robot responds not only to petting, but also accurately recognizes and
I'm gonna say
executes
it's
voice
probably around
commands,
$10,000.
reacting to human
Oh, no.
movements. The new products have a drop.
Listen.
The humanoid robot has not yet.
I don't know. If one of these came to my house, I might shoot it. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of ways we could defeat them if we have to. Like,
I'm not condoning violence, but like, I would be afraid for my family
no, it's
and my life.
It'd be better to set traps and snares than to shoot it.
I'd hit it with a brick. I'd hit it with a brick.
No, if you can hang it up by one leg on a tree, you can't do nothing, right?
It does look fake. But
Snares and traps are better.
kick anything. Yeah. I
Oil
mean,
slicks on fire. You know, think like
entered the
Mad
market
Max.
and is only being demonstrated.
look, they're all pissed about it. They don't like it.
You gotta get
Truth.
inventive with, if you want to smash with a brick, you gotta get inventive, bro.
They think it's fake, but they're saying this is real. But it's China.
This is
It's
Dungeons
China.
And Dragons, okay? This is Dungeons and Dragons Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and I want you to get some weapon proficiency. We need more than just punching and bricks. You need to level up. You need some weapon proficiency. And I have
Jesus.
heavy weapon proficiency. These things aren't lasting around me.
Demonstrated to the public, while the Robo-Dog is already available for purchase at a price of $7,000. Despite some cool features not found in competitors' dogs, the difference with Xiaomi's Cyber Dog, priced at just $1,800, is significant.
Well, she should kick it as it goes by.
Before
Or she
you is
should
the
do
latest
it. Good
humanoid
shit.
bipedal robot,
You're
the
too close,
XR4,
fat.
also known as the Seven Fairies.
Whoa!
Developed by the company Data Robotics.
This one has
168 centimeters and weighing
Singe!
65 kilograms. The
This one has purple hair, bro.
Oh, you
XR4
like
is
this one?
crafted from light
No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Why does it? Wait. Why did it have purple hair and now it doesn't?
They changed it up.
Intelligent, flexible joints. The XR4 seamlessly integrates.
Dude, that's creepy as fuck.
In real time, empowered by the
Whoa! Look at this one. This one has big. This one has big eyes like an alien and no mouth.
They tried to make it look
modal.
Happy.
Be not. What's his name? Not.
It looks happy. Look, it says "I'm so cool" right there in parentheses. They had to add that.
As it's killing you, it looks cute. That's why they made it like that.
So ridiculous.
Large model robot GPT, enabling multimodal fusion for perception, cognition, decision-making, and behavior generation. Through deep reinforcement learning within its digital twin, the XR4 autonomously undergoes intelligent training, achieving a stable standing posture, nimble dual arm and hand manipulations, and even the ability to dance. In the future, it aspires to be a human companion, realizing the dream of a robot nanny.
Wow.
Have legs. Has legs.
Whoa. All right. What was this? Calm down. Easy. All right. What do we got?
This monstrous mechanical snake, named Titanoboa, weighs more than a ton, and its creator Titanoboa! A dense layer of skin, allowing it to move underwater. Here's what the creators of this 35-foot snake robot wrote. The Titanoboa project is the realization of alternative forms of engines and energy solutions in the field of mechanics. The goal is to demonstrate the use of mesmerizing snake-like movements in this experiment. The enormous snake appears to be a mechanical beast that moves at its discretion and may soon be able to swim underwater. However, for the snake to move properly in space, someone from the participants must monitor it, as it cannot be controlled with just one remote control. A whole control complex is required to coordinate the movements of hundreds of moving parts, a task that only a skilled operator can handle. Looking at this robot, it creates the feeling that it's scenes from a science fiction movie. The name Titanoboa for the mechanical snake robot was not given randomly, but in honor of the largest snake, the remains of which were discovered by archaeologists. The length of this snake robot is about 11 meters, but it may be extended to 16 meters.
Whoa. So you have time to set stuff up to attack it, but it'll probably have range.
Carobot 4, a robot that is impossible not to fall in love with. Mobile manipulators are robots everyone wants because they have the greatest potential to do what matters to us, and they do it better, faster, and easier. Before machines achieve perfection as consumers desire, it will take some time, but with each new update, we are getting one step closer. Today, this next step is taken by the Carobot 4 robot from the Fraunhofer IPA company. This robot is a successful symbiosis of design and engineering thinking, functionality, and emotions. Its sleek design with two arms on the sides and a head hints at a human form. However, the developers didn't want it to resemble a human too much, as it would lead to unjustified expectations of its capabilities. Its internal values remain human. It always maintains a respectful distance, shows that it understands and intends to do something, and can express simple gestures and emotions. Carobot doesn't have a specific function. It can find many applications, being your personal home assistant or used as a service robot in restaurants, hotels, conference halls, or even medical facilities. Those who acquire the robot can choose not only the software, but also to some extent, the hardware. The global advertising market is also impressive in terms of technology and the amount of money invested. In 2020, global volume reached approximately $842 billion. So, the Polish company Screen LED, specializing in LED screens, came up with an unusual way to earn extra income. They introduced the LED box, a block designed for displaying advertising videos. Clients are offered either a car with the box LED already installed or just the block separately. Advertising videos
I'm looking.
from a PC or laptop. The screen.
What were you saying? What? Go ahead. What are you saying?
I'll need to speak this out. Okay, so see how this technology keeps flowing out non-stop. Year after year, it gets more advanced, non-stop without pause. More advanced. Bam, 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 bam. That is because the technology already exists and they're just reintroducing it to us. Not reinventing it, making it. Although they make that people
I get it. I get it 82. I get it 82. I'm just thinking that it looks cool. It looks cool.
Them some lines or feed them some text.
But I got something. I got something.
So
go ahead.
Thinking that the technology is already in existence. That's why it keeps flowing out. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
You weren't paying attention.
The technology is already in existence. Yes.
If you can't manifest abundance, there are 3 simple reasons why not.
They have it.
So many people
I
getting
think they pass it through time capsules. Time capsules, Cinch. Time capsules. They pass it through time capsules. So now you need to do. Now you need to. Now you need to do your time capsule research and report back to me. Thanks.
Too long.
I know. I'm just fucking. I'm just messing with you. Here we go. So everybody always gives the Mudfoot people this question, Singe. This is great. They say, "Oh, so you guys think the whole place was flooded with
Dude, you
mud?"
got me wrong. Hold on, let's go back a second. When I said it takes too long, I didn't mean it takes too long to research. It takes too long. Your theory would take too long, dude.
Oh.
It's already here. They're like down underground or whatever. Area 51. Who knows? They haven't.
Okay.
Speaking it to us.
But they probably got it in a time capsule and reverse engineered it like 20 years ago.
Okay.
Anyway, listen.
Both theories.
Listen.
Hypothesis.
Yeah. Both theories. Listen, so Cinch, let me ask you. So, like, they always say you friggin' smart ass. You know what? You want to read the fan mail that says that? Let's read. We always get fan mails that say like, "Oh, you fucking smart asses. Where did the mud come from?" You know what? Since get all the fan mails up that people asking us where the mud came from, if you can find them. If not, it's all right. But right now we got. So this one explains it. Let's see. Is it? Eyes to see. It might be. No. Okay. Good. That wasn't. Was it? Oh, it was. Okay. Okay, let's go then. Let's try it. Let's give it a chance, guys. Let's give it a chance. I don't know.
human. And we are made from the earth and will return to the earth. The word human wouldn't exist without the word humus, meaning without the soil and the earth, we would not exist. The two are the same. By the time humus finally becomes humus, it is impervious to decomposition. It can easily last over 100, even 1,000 years, and there isn't a microbe on Earth that can process it. That in itself is simply amazing. A molecule that cannot be destroyed, will not break down. Humus is thought to have originated from the of ancient trees that were compressed over time, that eventually became soil, and eventually became coal. But these large molecules that we have yet to identify in our soil, they weren't present in the trees at the time this process began, some 300 million years ago. They weren't present. The process of decomposition is one that breaks down molecules into smaller and smaller sizes, eventually just becoming minerals that nourish the earth. The fact that there are very large molecules present in the soil that has gone through decomposition means that there is a biological process responsible for the presence of these minerals, and that process has yet to be identified. We don't know how it works or what it is.
Hendrix.
And those that steer the scientific community, those that control the funding, they haven't led science towards figuring this out.
I want all that money.
Instead, they've steered them away from the truth, towards methods like chemical extraction that actually destroys these molecules. Why would the captains of funding, those responsible for funding the work and the equipment that science has access to, want to figure out what these molecules are, how this process works? Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a secret. There is abundant evidence that shows previous civilizations have been essentially wiped off the face of the earth. There's evidence that buildings were turned to mountains, an entire race of giants gone. In the late 1800s, we found photos of massively built-out cities with no people. Photos taken at high noon showing the cities empty. What happened?
show you a map from the 1600s. Let's notice how this is much different. We see Great Tartaria. Let's also notice the etymology change. It's no longer a Mongolian empire. It's something else. Maybe pre-Russian? Also notice this. California is an island? Very interesting. Wikipedia's explanation is it's a messaging error. Considering how high of an art cartography was, I find that hard to believe. As far-fetched as the following information may seem, I'm going to ask you just to follow down this path. Some people are saying that Tartaria is some kind of distraction, but from what? And is this theory any more of a distraction than Netflix and video games? Do you honestly feel satisfied with the history they teach you in schools and churches? I understand that most of you are believers of evolution and Big Bang Theory, but let's just explore a very different alternative to conventional history. I don't know everything about the past. I wasn't there. Nobody was as far as we know. Science likes to think it has all the answers, yet scientists still can't tell us how consciousness came to be, the connection between consciousness and matter, why the hell we're all here. My goal is just to get the message out there to those who are genuinely curious about what's going on in this life. It's an understatement to say that humanity is lost.
It's been pointed out by many historians that humanity is much older than we have been told. That civilization goes back millions of years, and we could be in some kind of cycle. What's clear is, advanced civilizations did exist in the past. If the monuments don't convince you, consider the myths and legends about gods having to deliver culture-important knowledge. There are hundreds of books written on Atlantis because it was a real place.
The first story we really hear of this is from Plato, and in Critias is telling Socrates a story. He says, "Look, Socrates, I got this crazy story that this wise sage named Solon told my great-grandfather, who was also named Critias. And my grandfather told me the story when I was 10. My grandfather started by saying how wise Solon was and that he was one of the wise 7 sages. And he, Grandfather Critias, was going to some poetry youth meetup. And there, Solon, his teacher, is trying to tell a story about the greatest achievement that the Athenians ever did."
Alright, we'll come back to this. Singe. You there? You muted? Are you there? No? Not there? Well, I know you believe in dragons.
Do you remember when we were in Utah? When I told you that we would be coming back? Today, we are going to wake people up and show the world that this place that we all live is not at all what we have all been told. Are you ready? Here we go. Here we have the melted structure that we covered, where there are arches, bridges, and the rest. Very clear melting all over the place. So as we zoom out here, we are going to see a massive head. Of course, in my opinion, a dragon. Right here, you can very clearly see its jaw with all of its teeth. Zooming out even more, you can see the size of this thing with its wings and everything. And once you see this, you will never unsee it ever again while looking at the map of the USA. Today we are going to be showing a lot of places that when looking at a map again, this world will never look the same. We are going to show that this place that we live, it's so much more interesting than what we have been told. When we zoom back in on the head, where you can see its molars very clearly here, where the jawline continues, and you of course have the incisors, exactly like we see in all animals today. This is a jawline, 100%. Where we zoom in even more, and you can see for yourself what this location is now called. Black Dragon Canyon. Could it get any clearer? First, I want to show you these locations' names. We have the Moab, with petrified dunes. Of course we do. Then we have more arches that we are told are naturally occurring. And we've shown this in episode 79, where they just say it randomly happened from some wind blowing the sand because they say it was a hot, dry climate for 150 million years. It's complete nonsense. Delicate arch, looking incredible. We are also given the catacomb rocks, which I would love to know what is underneath or inside of that location. Where at this point, I think I can take a guess. We've seen a ton of things on catacombs. We have a few more arches, and then you zoom out, and you see the size of this thing. It is with this hole right here in this location. where in my opinion, this is where it was killed, where it now creates a mountain range and a location that I personally will never be able to unsee, showing us that there is still so much more to learn about where we are and things that have been hiding right in front of our faces for so long until now. When we zoom in on this location, you are going to see it just has scales all over it. Perfect 90-degree angles over and over and over. Where we are told from back in episode 79, this kind of stuff just happened back in the Triassic ages, from 200 million years ago. We had the wind just blowing the right way back then. No. And this dragon, of course, has the name Black Dragon Canyon.
I had the name Black Dragon too. That's funny. In high school.
70. In our advanced civilization, just cruising right through its head for years. And nobody said anything. Nobody knew. Where we know what a tooth looks like. We don't need somebody. Those are massive teeth, 100%, with Mystery Arch off to the right. And we also know that there are 12 Chinese zodiac signs. We have the rat, the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, snake, horse, goat, monkey, rooster, dog, and pig. We have 11 things that are very real, and we all know this. And then we have the dragon. And I'm just gonna ask the question, why would there be 11 real animals? And then there is one that is a myth. Or are all 12 very real? Yeah. It's an interesting time to expose this, because we are, of course, right in the middle of the year of the dragon. And we're just getting started today. Welcome to episode 83 of my lunch break. I hope you're all having a great day. And if you're new,
I was allowed to reveal my name this year.
Oh yeah, your name was King Dragon back in high school. Remember that? No. That was great. Oh, I lost it. All right. Well, that was good while it lasted. All right, let's go. Have this. You're gonna love this one, Singe. All right, let's go.
And then there are truthers.
Well, let's get. Well, hold on. Let's see what it's short.
And then there are truthers that claim that flat Earth is a psyop or a
there you go.
psychological operation. But by definition, a psyop is changing people's minds not through persuasion but through informational dominance, a set of techniques that includes rumor, disinformation, and fake news. By its very definition, then, the only psyop is this. Occultists believe that knowledge should be hidden and held by a select few. Satanists, Luciferians, dark occultists, and light occultists are like ancient psychologists who hold and wield information to exploit those who remain ignorant of it. The globe is mental insurance that there is no creator. However, there is no creator but Lucifer.
She gets it, you know?
He created
Sage, she totally gets it. I feel like I could talk to her about anything at this point, you know? Yeah.
Or God.
I really love
it.
I love women.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to just talk all day about this shit.
Go crazy or go stupid? That's cool.
To me, what the globe is showing you that
bet you
this
she
is
doesn't
Lucifer's
use
world.
talk
He didn't show you its black.
Laundry detergent.
What?
I bet you her laundry
create
detergent.
Are you the one? Are you the one? Are you the one for Cinch Man?
Although age doesn't matter too. When you're in love.
Matrix are his, in his world. After all, Lucifer's highest goal is to become God. And when your entire world is based on his life,
I can't ride.
What's this? The story of Monica Burl. I didn't ask for that. All right, let's go. Jesus. At least they give you a warning. Let's see what we got. This one's pretty good. Let's play this. You know, I've seen it before, but I haven't seen it in a while.
Sick of being silenced? The $10,000 no shadow banning guarantee.
Let's go.
Join the platform that supports your voice.
Alright, bam. This hour is brought to you by Fluoride. Blonde haired.
Alright, let's go, guys. Come on. Any day now.
Any day now.
This is
It'll
called
play. All right, let me
not
see.
lag.
It's called Welcome to the Buffer Zone.
There you go.
With Ray and Singe. Here we go. Thank you. We needed that. FBI.
I know if you're gonna copy this. Thank goodness they put that there. I was just about ready to copy everything and send it off.
So there it is. The Earth from outer space. Do you believe this is a real, live recording?
No.
Do you believe? How about now? Does this make it more believable? Ask yourself.
Is this real? Do you believe?
Let's try this another way.
Breaking news. NASA finally did it. They finally did it. They're finally live streaming the Earth spinning from outer space. The world is celebrating. This one will go down in history.
Convinced? Well, if you didn't fall for that, then why would you fall for this? Maybe you just never paid attention. When you do pay attention, you start to notice things. Are you paying attention? Did you know that starting at the end of 2015 through 2017, Flat Earth was one of the top searched terms in the USA, let alone the world? While most of you were falling for the political charades, the rest of us were trying to discover the true nature about our world.
My name is ODD-TV. I'm a local rapper here in Denver, Colorado.
I just want you to know the truth, so please don't shoot the messenger. It's a bitch, but this is how it is when you live.
I've been rapping for 20 years, just like anyone else. When you're a kid and you're really into music, you're into making music, every kid looks in that mirror and fantasizes about being famous. And because I like to make my own music, I just decided, screw it. I'm gonna make a YouTube channel and start talking in videos.
There has never been one experiment that proves that the Earth is in motion. When you try to find the curvature of the Earth, it's nowhere to be found. Unless you're looking at footage from GoPro cameras that have fisheye lenses, Hollywood movies, or NASA propaganda.
Started making the videos in early 2015. Started getting noticed. You're living in a world where there's fake people faking events on TV in order to move agendas forward with the Earth being flat. I couldn't just sit around and do nothing. There was videos everywhere. There was videos of people doing science, putting balloons up with a camera that doesn't have a fisheye lens on it, like a GoPro lens, a wide angle lens. And they were using these cameras that didn't have those. The horizon rose to eye level, which would be impossible on a ball that would be falling away from you as you rose up. There's people putting out top 10 NASA hoax videos, debunking the moon landing, picking apart NASA just left and right. It was awesome. Awesome time for YouTube between 2015 and 17.
Even Google mentioned it during their commercial. Do you remember this? Why would Google be promoting this?
As a joke?
As a joke? No. We know why. Panicking because the platform they purchased 10 years ago was collapsing with truth. The powers that be would not allow that.
As we want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low quality content and promoting more authoritative content. And the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
So instead of deleting all of the millions of videos we have made, they simply decided to bring in their puppets to reiterate the agenda at stake.
We are already sufficiently motivated to invest the necessary resources and people in addressing this threat.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
The earth being flat is getting out of control. Can you please help?
You stand on the shoulders of those who came before. You might just see far enough to realize the earth isn't flat.
1 + 1 is?
2.
What color is the sky?
Blue.
And the earth is?
Round. Second is here.
This float celebrates flat earth theory that is spreading ironically around the
World and its possible roundness.
Spinning.
Now they are talking about it. They want you to search for it, because they already changed their algorithm to be set up in their favor.
What is this trash?
None of this tells you our side of the story. These are all videos they put together, so you can watch and learn nothing. Nothing that any of us would show you. Like here, have you ever seen a time lapse of the sun? Does it look like the earth is rotating backwards and the sun is still? Or does it look like our sun is simply moving across our sky, traveling away from your perspective? Again, but with some inversion. You can clearly see the sun, not only decreasing its size, but next destination with a slight turn before it disappears from your line of sight. While Google would make sure when you type in flat earth that nothing like this would ever pop up, many agree the science regarding our sun is far from settled.
We're told that the sun is a massive ball of burning gas 93 million miles away. But if that were true, then all the light that arrives here would be parallel because it's so far away. And it has to be parallel because one of the most often cited supposed globe proofs is Eratosthenes' experiment between Alexandria and Syene, by which he calculated the size of the Earth. For that calculation to be accurate, the light must come down parallel. The only problem is that that's not what we see. If you go out on a sunny day, what you'll see is that light comes down at angles, diverging angles. And that means that we can follow those light rays back to the source and triangulate the sun's height above the Earth, proving that the sun isn't millions of miles away. But we can also perform physical experiments that prove that these crepuscular rays, as they're called, can only be recreated with a light source that is small and close.
It doesn't take a genius to understand that the further the light source goes up, the more the sun rays would spread out and become parallel. The reason you'd even think that the sun...
If the Earth was flat, wouldn't it be sunny all the time? I mean, have they ever even thought about it?
Well, if you'd let me finish, the reason you'd even think the sun would be visible from anywhere on Earth is because of the images they have shown you. No one promoting this bull stands for truth. You can keep believing in your fantasy gas ball 93 million miles away.
You can keep believing in your fantasy gas ball.
While we keep experimenting to try and figure out what the sun actually is, and how close it could be. With a local, it should be easy to comprehend that the sun is small and close to you.
To put that in perspective, imagine a table 2 meters wide in a completely dark room. And you're holding a small but very bright light bulb, 3.4 millimeters across. And you were holding it about 31 centimeters above the table. What you'd see is a circular pool of light directly on the table, beneath the light bulb. But on the other side of the table, it would be in darkness. Now, it seems to our mind that if you're on the other side of the table, but from locations beyond the equator, you'll absolutely see the sun's size change. And that could never ever happen if the sun was 93 million miles away. You wouldn't see the sun change at all.
Our eyes cannot see farther than what they were designed to see, but that is no reason to keep them closed.
There's also an effect that occurs under certain conditions called atmospheric lensing, where the sheer amount of atmosphere, as well as the rain between you and the sun, acts like a lens and a prism, magnifying it greatly, which leads to another observational proof that the sun setting is an optical effect. At such times, when the sun is setting over the sea, and it seems as though it's half hidden by the horizon, then you can zoom in with a high-powered zoom camera and see that it's actually still above the horizon. It's just an optical illusion.
Pay attention to the sun rays. This alone proves our local sun, and so do these shadows. So what about the moon? We all witness the moon only illuminating the local clouds around it. That is because it is also a local light, but one with opposite effects from the sun. As we can all agree, shade from the sun is cooler than direct sunlight. But did you know the moon's shade is actually warmer than direct moonlight? The moon produces cold light, something the science priests must have forgotten to teach us all about in school. Not only that, but at times we can see stars through the moon, proving it is not some solid rock 238,900 miles away. In the 60s, true science regarding the moon was the shadow band topic of its era.
I consider myself to be an ordinary, humble person who wants to serve mankind with what man has striven for from the beginning of consciousness, with truth and understanding of the world.
Well, now, one thing, you have a theory about the moon, and we expect to be able to get observable fairly soon. What is your theory?
Well, it is by now rather more than a theory. 10 or 11 years ago, I stated to various scientists that the moon is not a piece of rock, but it is plasma, cosmic plasma. Gravitational theories are out, and the new concept of the cosmos and of its laws has to be evolved. This fact will eventually be confirmed. I made certain predictions which were already confirmed in 1958, and the situation now is coming close to a complete confirmation.
What will be the result if you're proved to be correct in your theories?
The result will be profound and decisive, because if the moon is a plasma, no man will ever land on it.
The Americans and Russians are thinking of landing men on it.
Well, that will never happen.
People actually believe they walked on the moon, talked with Nixon, played golf, drove a car, and planted a flag.
If you really believe that Neil Armstrong took the first step, then why do you give any credit to the cameraman already there waiting for him?
These guys were all US military men coerced into acting. Power that came with the deal, of course. The problem was, they were terrible actors. They couldn't even pretend to be excited, knowing they were lying to the world. But the show had to go on. Michael Collins and Neil Armstrong rarely spoke in public about it. But there was one man not shy about lying to your face. The spokesperson for the Apollo deception.
It's my pleasure to present Colonel Edwin Aldrin.
No handshake, hug, smile. Their facial expressions are similar to those experiencing constipation, not celebrating an accomplishment.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with a great sense of pride as an American and with humility as a human being that I say to you today what no men have been privileged to say before. We walked on the moon.
I mean, they couldn't pay them enough to look up and smile? Society has always debated these events since day one, never imagining then that almost 50 years later, they haven't had the balls to fake another.
As a tattooer, I talk to hundreds of people a month, and people are actually really starting to wake up with everything that's going on right now. I mean, people are sick of the lies. This is the biggest deception ever. The globe, the spinning ball globe is the biggest deception. If NASA was legit, literally all they would have to do is one thing. Take one of their satellites, zoom in on someone in Australia, upside down, driving a car. Or in the ocean, swimming upside down. That's all they would have to do, just zoom in. But they won't do it, they'll never do it. We have the footage of them in the space capsule, still in Earth orbit, covering up a small section of the window, so you can see through the circle, and that was the Earth. And this is a joke. I mean, how do people think this is real? I think it's hilarious that NASA will straight up tell you to destroy the technology to go to the moon.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
But they destroyed the technology and they can't go back. It's ridiculous. There's an interview with Buzz Aldrin, actually, where he's being interviewed by a little girl. Her question was,
why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know what I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened.
After 50 years of lying to humanity, perpetrating this giant fraud, he's sick of the lie, and his conscience had a moment of humility.
So yeah, like a lot of times during the footage, the NASA footage, you can see bubbles coming up out of the helmets or kind of from underneath you. How do you explain bubbles in space?
Yeah, often on the outside of the space station, you'll liberate little pieces of, it's a really harsh environment out there, and the outside of the space station gets beat up pretty good. And sometimes, you'll see just little flecks of paint or something that you might have disrupted floating. And, that's generally what that is. I've never seen any kind of air bubble anywhere.
Could it be that you're filming in an underwater pool and you're not really out there? All right, well, I just encourage everyone to look up bubbles in space, hashtag bubbles in space. Thank you very much. How's bubbles in space doing? How's what? Bubbles in space? Bubbles in space? Yeah. I don't know what that is. No? You Mr. Kelly? Yeah. Oh, yeah? You don't remember the question from Tampa about the bubbles in space coming up from the helmet? Yeah, you guys are in an underwater pool, remember? We know. Just remember.
What's up, man? Can you side mine to hashtag bubbles in space?
Hashtag bubbles in space?
Bubbles in space, brother. What's your word on that?
What is that?
Yeah, you were asked that 2 times in the past couple months, actually, about bubbles coming out in the spacewalks.
Oh, you're that guy.
I'm not that guy. I'm one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna write that.
And then,
thank you so much.
Here you go.
Astronauts on harnesses as well. Anything to say about that?
Do I have anything to say about it?
Yeah.
I have anything you want me to say about it. What do you want me to say?
Whatever your thoughts are. I just want your honest opinion.
About
video evidence of guys hanging from harnesses in the International Space Station.
Sir, we need to keep going. There's a very long line. Thank you so much. Can you please step forward? Thank you so much.
How about
please step forward,
selling a book of pictures with taxpayer money? How about that?
Thank you so much.
taxpayer money?
These were all on taxpayer dime, wasn't it? Not this one, but the picture book.
Come back over here. You know what you can do? You can sell the same pictures yourself because they are public domain. Absolutely.
They should be free to the taxpayers.
They
is
are
what it
free.
is. Why are you selling it for $40?
You can do whatever you want with them.
Well, you're doing it just justice by ripping off the taxpayers.
You know
what
what?
you're doing.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Once people start realizing that we've been lied to on a grand scale, everything from the government to our schools, it all just comes crumbling down. It shocks me how many people actually believe they're floating above our heads.
I've seen the International Space Station on YouTube and the astronauts floating about in it while they're orbiting the Earth at 17,000 miles per hour. You can't do that unless you're in outer space.
Practice makes perfect. Give me another
It's
week.
as simple as using a zero-G plane and strapping a harness to their belt. Then, just like Batman movies, they remove the wires using a computer. At times, the manipulation reveals itself. Green screen and blue screen technology cannot always be flawless. How can you keep denying this trickery? Here we see Europe's space agency at NASA's studios using a blue screen with grids. This technology has been used for decades. It works best for 3D and live manipulation. It's funny. Once NASA was caught red-handed, they produced a couple of senseless videos 8 months later, trying to pretend like they always use them for science experiments, knowing damn well it was too late. Why do clowns defend them?
There is no chance you could remove the background.
These people lie to your face in the hope that you will not do your own research. NASA knows that most are too lazy to dig through its massive rabbit hole. Yet, in the meantime, they just love to rub it in your face. They steal $52 million per day from American taxpayers just to create a fantasy display of men orbiting their spinning pear-shaped space testicle Earth. Their green screens are awful. When they are live and something glitches, their reactions are always priceless. I'm not sure why you globeheads keep defending all of this. Are you waiting on NASA to finally come forward?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, dear citizens of America. We here at NASA have been lying to you all since the 60s about our projects, operations, and missions into outer space. We have never been higher than lower Earth orbit.
We only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go.
Every image we have shown you is CGI. Our films are mostly done in an underwater buoyancy facility. We have funneled millions of dollars per day to show you cartoons and false illusions, and we are truly very sorry. We will repay all taxpayers back the trillions of dollars we have stolen. This will be divided evenly between the citizens of America, as well as rebuilding poverty-stricken towns and cities all across America, as this department has finally come to an end.
Isn't it weird that every space documentary, all the series, I had them all, Joe had them all, we watch them all the time. I try to remember all the about a neutron star and a superhypernova. Me and Joe were deep into space.
Beyond Venus, 93 million miles from the sun, is Earth. It's forming the clouds and air currents which warm and irrigate the planet.
I thought I was better than people because I knew so much about space. And every now and then I'd watch all that and wonder, what? This is all cartoons.
And every now and then I think to myself, it's weird that we're not watching any actual footage of space. It's all CGI.
All DVDs on space are all CGI. There's nothing real. And everyone watches that. They believe it. The narration is all programming. What's above us and what we're on, we're being lied to.
Do we have Hubble? Why don't you point it at the Earth and get some awesome shots of where we live? All the pictures and images from space are CGI. None of them are real.
We haven't gotten past that. What, are you telling me that that's okay? We could just gloss over that? And they admit that they're all CGI, except for one in 1972, which is fake. They have one picture. They say one is real, 1972. All the rest is CGI. Like, where are the pictures of Earth from space? I want to see a picture. I want to see tens of thousands of them. Sun over here and the moon over there. People should have posters all over the world. People should have these epic pictures of the Earth from space with the moon over here and the sun over there and the planets. There's none.
Literally zero. They do sometimes exaggerate, like claiming they used a NASA camera 1.6 million miles away to take this alleged video of the dark side of the moon. It doesn't take a genius to see how undeniably computer-generated this image is. And yet, you think we are the moronic ones?
I would rather be thought as a moron for not trusting criminals than a sellout and a traitor for defending them.
The reality is...
The things that come out of your mouth, are you saying something that a defense attorney would say, or are you saying something that a prosecuting attorney would say? When it comes to the government, that criminal, that's like John Gotti, I'm saying that a prosecuting attorney would say, not saying like, we'll prove it, it's a criminal. Without a doubt, whatever's coming from the government, I need the kind of evidence that would shut down a case. Why would I believe it?
What is gravity?
You have no idea. Okay, next question.
So you're telling me gravity is strong enough to hold oceans onto it, battling inertia from the spin. So gravity's holding oceans, and inertia's trying to pull it out and make it fling. Skyscrapers would fling off the Earth, but this gravity's holding these. It's so strong, it's holding the ocean, but it can't hold a helium balloon. Things that are less dense go up. Things that are more dense go down. Has nothing to do with gravity. Where's gravity at with butterflies? You would think that if gravity's so strong it's holding skyscrapers down to it, we would be flat on the ground.
There is gravity all the way out to the moon and beyond.
Long before the theory of gravity was a glimmer in Newton's imagination, the natural physics of density and buoyancy already perfectly explained why apples fall down. Objects fall or rise based on their relative density to the medium surrounding them. Apples fall because they are denser than the air. while helium balloons rise because they are lighter.
No gravity necessary.
This is why raindrops fall down through the air and air bubbles rise up through. Everything seeks its relative density and rises or falls until settling accordingly. This is why a tiny pebble sinks to the bottom of the ocean, but gigantic cruise ships and aircraft carriers stay afloat on the surface. Because even though a pebble is so small, its mass, relative to its volume, its density, is more than water, so it sinks. And even though a cruise ship is so large, its mass, relative to its volume, is less than water, so it floats. If Newton's apple had landed in a puddle, he would have seen the apple only fell through the air because it was denser than the air, but then floated on top of the water because it was less dense than water. The natural physics of density and buoyancy was understood and agreed upon for centuries before they changed our textbooks and started NASA.
All our space information is coming from NASA. Werner von Braun was the director of all 6 moon missions, and he's a Is that not a comic book? That's a comic book.
My fellow Nanos, I am sorry to say I am leaving you to join the elite. Operation
United States of America.
Operation Paperclip. My people in Germany, all they want is freedom and peace.
We want to welcome you to the US of A.
We must divert their attention.
I'm going to make so much money. It's crazy. To brainwash a nation, we will need animation.
I want to bring my technology of airplane models.
I want to work with Walt. I want to see the best people.
We need to get the indoctrination started.
If people believe an airplane can go to the moon, we might be able to do it. To brainwash a nation,
I will need help.
We will need animation. Please bring in the United States of America. Action.
Oh, geez, who hired these guys?
Jesus Christ, these guys can't act. Bring it up into an airplane. Dark window. You just record the earth from a dark window. We can do that on the computer afterwards. People will fall for it. People will fall for it. People must know. And the heavens declare the glory of God and his firmament. Showeth his handiwork.
The people must know.
The people have to know.
We come from this fluffy, puffy, pixie fairy dust and unicorn farts, and all of a sudden consciousness just came out of that. No, it was designed. It's not an accident. Everything according to their bogus Darwinian theory of evolution, all of it points to a godless, atheist, demonic, demon-crat lie. NASA is a corporation, and they are the same people who run Disney. In fact, they are very, very similar, because what they do is they entertain people. They're not teaching people. They don't want people to know the truth about the cosmos. They're entertaining them with CGI images. Every image you see, image, not photo, every single one of them, all of those are computer-generated images. They are not photos. Everyone you see on Google is a CGI image. It is not a photo. And you can't tell that they are CGI. Either there's 2 things wrong with you. You are, or you are mentally deranged. You do not have control of your own mind. Your mind has been indoctrinated, it has been brainwashed, and you've been duped, and you still believe in Santa Claus and the upside down spinning Santa ball, which the Jesuits invented in 1542. Prior to 1542, every single culture, all our intelligent ancestors will be rolling in their graves knowing that their stupid progeny actually think they live on a spinning globe that people bow down to for their false ideology. Zoom up to Venus, zoom up to Mars, and you'll see they are lights. They are stars. Hence all the intelligent pre-Copernican astrologers, Ptolemaic astrologers like myself, taught that all the planets are wandering stars. They are lunar bodies, just as the Egyptians said, just as the Greeks and the Mayans and the Aztecs said, just as our intelligent ancestors said. If all the stars, as they say, in every constellation are all at different depths by millions of light years, how come for thousands and thousands and thousands of years of hurtling through the sky, there is no distortion, no difference in luminosity of stars? We're supposed to be flying at breakneck speeds through the galaxy, and yet the same boring stars keep turning over our flat, stationary, plain Earth forever and ever and ever and ever. So we are not moving. We're supposed to be traveling at, get this number in your head, 66,600 mile an hour, 666. That's how it is orbiting. If you are globe, that's what you are. You are stupid. Stupid beyond your wildest imagination. That's why we have a horizon, because it's horizontal. That's why we have sea level, because the sea is level. It's not curving. You cannot call it sea level. You will call it sea curve. That's why we have tectonic plates and not tectonic bowls, because those tectonic plates are just that, flat plates. Check out the Suez Canal, 120 miles, no curvature. It never overflows, it never drains. And to all those astrologers out there who think they are astrologers teaching heliocentrism, like Laura Eisenhower, the granddaughter of her grandfather, the president of the US, calling herself a heliocentric astrologer, no such thing exists.
From a very young age, wondering why the heck did I land in the Eisenhower family? I was faced with the opportunity to go to Mars. Didn't you go to Mars? But my intuition told me, from really recalling a youth filled with a lot of insight about what I was here to do, was to not go anywhere.
That is, Laura, you are a false prophet. The line going from the AC to the DC is called the line of the Earth, and it never moves. AC to DC, ascendant to descendant, that's called the line of the Earth, according to the astrologers of ancient. And that never moves, proving that there is no movement of the Earth calculated in any astrological chart reading that you do. You never account the movement or the position of the Earth in relation to any of these planets, because it's that line of the Earth which we call the horizon.
Speaking of horizons, some guy, he filmed a mountain. He was flying over Texas, and he used his camera to film a mountain. This mountain was supposed to be by 35 miles of curvature with the current circumference of the Earth that we're given. Just sitting straight up. He's just right there. It's not hidden by 35 miles of curvature. It's crazy. As soon as flat earthers found out about P900 cameras that are made by Nikon, where they can zoom in times 80, I think, and what's going on is, like, you can see a boat disappear with your naked eye, and that used to be proof alone. That used to be proof for the curvature of the Earth. But now you can watch the boat disappear with your naked eye, and then you can pull up this camera and you can zoom in on the boat that you just watched disappear, and you could bring it right back into full view, perfectly visible. It's crazy. There's no camera tricks, there's no illusions involved. Nothing. It's just perfectly back into view. There's flat earth proofs coming out all the time, every other day, I'll just if you can find it or not, if it's going to surface in the right areas where people can share it. You know, they're trying to censor this stuff nonstop. There's just a mission to keep this stuff buried. I got mad love for all the flat earthers, man. Since day one, everybody's been doing their part, putting in work, and just picking up where they're finding slack, they'll pick it up. You know what I mean? Like, there's no spot in flat earth that is not covered. They're covering their zone, their quadrants, and they're just taking care of business, man. And if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for all of us, we wouldn't be where we're at with this flat earth thing, man. They wouldn't be so scared. They wouldn't be trying to cover it up at every turn and stop it everywhere we look. Each and every single flat earther out there has played their part. And we wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be heavily censored. They wouldn't be scared to debate us. They wouldn't be trying to censor us at every turn if it wasn't for you guys and you wonderful women exposing flat earth with all your might, all your power. All the glory to God. What a wonderful world we live on. So beautiful. There's pilots coming out all the time too, and they're attesting to the fact that you can't find any curvature.
Ask any airline pilot what the shape of the Earth is. When they're done laughing at you, they'll tell you it's a sphere.
That's not, and that, yeah, no, the ground looks to us like it's standing still.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
No.
No? What'd you see while we were up there?
Just the blue sky, white clouds.
Yeah, is it flat or?
Pretty flat.
Pretty flat?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I was reading a lot of stuff on the flat earth.
Okay, yeah. True.
That's true?
Yep.
Okay, all right, cool.
All right.
God bless, brother.
Did you notice any curvature while we were up there?
Curvature? No.
No? There's no curvature?
It's just all flat.
Casey, how are you, mate? Pleased to meet you, guys. There's no way there's curvature. We're round and flat, aren't we?
Definitely.
We are, aren't we? Thank you.
Most pilot plane is flying over a plane. A stationary plane. Always a smooth and level flight. We never feel the plane dipping its nose down. We only feel the landing. Which flight route matches reality in your mind? If you chose the left, you may need medical attention. Everything beneath you while flying is level and motionless. Just as expected, flying over a stationary plane. Sometimes it's hard to see far ahead of you, but other times...
You could probably see the Rockies from Kansas.
Wow.
But if it's a clear day, but if it's smoky or hazy, obviously we can't see much.
The world is so generous in its beauty, and you do your best to take pictures of it. It's just flat and gorgeous.
Silly actor not, you took the words right out of my mouth. Earth is flat and gorgeous, but they trick you to believe something else. Not every pilot instantly connects the dots and keeps quiet. Sometimes it can hit them 25 years later.
Australië. En dan is, want dit ding behoudt zijn stand, dus dit blijft blauw en dit blijft bruin. Het is niet zo dat we op een omklappen de verkeerde kant op. En dit was voor mij dat ik dacht, oh man. Waar heb ik dat nooit eerder gezien na 25 jaar in het cockpit? Dus zo geïndoctrineerd zijn we dus allemaal. Ja, het is toch, het is gewoon heel vervelend. Het is gewoon heel vervelend. Dat je daar al die jaren naar hebt gekeken en dat het kwartje nooit is gevallen. En ook zeg maar, toen ik eenmaal wist dat de aarde plat is, dat je naar buiten kijkt en dat je denkt, waarom heb ik nooit gezien hoe plat het eigenlijk is?
Better late than never. Most pilots may have skipped over their training manuals. In their Flight Dynamics Summary, Section 112 explains all you'll need to know about what you're flying over. Heck, the military knows the same thing. NASA admits it as well. In tons of documents available to the public. They just assumed nobody would pay attention.
This comes from the Army Research Laboratory. This one's from the CIA. There's another one from NASA. This report documents the definitions of aircraft model for the rigid aircraft of consistent mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. This comes right from our own government. Now I have available 44 documents. Who do I give them to, sir?
It goes to the city clerk, please.
Which is this person. So what I want is a law that's passed that we can't teach anything about the globe. We have to teach the truth of how things are.
From the documents to the imagery, they are not flying around a curve heading to outer space. They are flying over a stationary, flat plane. Stop falling for the illusions. Every rocket goes up and then levels out. Most of NASA's rockets launch from Florida and head towards the Bermuda Triangle. Well, besides the occasional... They're not shy about showing the truth in plain sight. 125 alleged miles up, and they show you our level horizon with a local sun. Then quickly switch cameras to their fisheye lens, as if that didn't just happen. You can't have both. Looks as if their cameras go about as high as most hot air balloons do before they burst. Who do they think they're fooling? But let me guess. You saw the curvature in the images from satellites. The thousands of magical orbiting aluminum tin cans floating in space. It's all animation and games until one comes crashing down on your squad. Many crashed satellites have been reported the world over. And the one thing they all have in common is giant helium balloons attached to them. Of course, satellite technology is real. We get our weather information, communication equipment, and even some internet service from them. Look up Google Loon, for example. It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could, it's that they don't physically exist, nor does the globe. They have been sending these up one at a time since it all began. I will allow them to explain it.
He got a patent on that in 1950, and those early balloons were so large they didn't have any way to launch them except aircraft carriers.
Modern scientific ballooning was born. It was also the genesis for NASA's newly developed super pressure balloon.
The reason for super pressure ballooning is they have absolutely stable altitude, day, night, and it doesn't matter how cold the atmosphere is. They are sealed.
So your shape is always the same, you always displace the same amount of air, and therefore you have the same amount of buoyancy all the time.
This day-to-night altitude stability allows super pressure balloons and the sun.
Hi, I'm Matt, and this is NASA Now.
NASA's been using balloons for science research for over 30 years. The exploration that can be done on balloons is continuing to grow. The standard balloon that I fly is about 660 feet long when it's made. So when it's inflated, it's over 400 feet tall by 440 feet wide. Think of a dome stadium. That's how big my balloons are.
So let me get this straight. It is now public knowledge that they send up satellites on massive helium-filled balloons. As you should know, NASA is the biggest consumer of helium in the world, for obvious reasons. But the issue with society is that they never critically think. Just think for a second here. If these are sent up to provide the world with all of the important information we need, and I'm sure the entire process is expensive and difficult to accomplish, then please explain to me what in the flat world do these pathetic animations do for you? Do they make you happy inside? Are they so super duper cool that you cannot see past the obvious CGI? The fact of the matter is everything NASA sends up on a balloon simply hovers above our motionless Earth. That is why they rarely speak about orbiting satellites, and of course, they never show footage. Here is some footage of a random evening with a man, the moon, and his Nikon P900. Notice anything floating up there?
Forget it, Bart. It's so bright out you can't see anything in the sky except the Fox satellite.
Another remarkable fact about NASA's balloon launches is that many are launched from Antarctica. Is it because we cannot travel past certain parallels to witness their launches with our own eyes? What else are they hiding from us over there? It would be nice if someone was allowed to truly explore Antarctica again. It sure has been a while since the last guy.
Greetings to you, my young friend.
Our very distinguished guest for this evening is Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
I must say that Admiral Byrd, our guest tonight, is not only our greatest living explorer, but he's been an inspiration to countless Americans. Admiral Berg, is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. Strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored. But more important than that, it has to do with the future of the nation, those to come after us, or even during your lifetime. Because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. An area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being.
You think they tell you and I about it?
I'm sure a lot of you have heard about my $200,000 globe challenge. And up to this point, no one has been successful at completing the challenge. We've had a few clowns here and there that have stepped up to the plate. Here we go. And claimed victory. But at the end of the day, you can't make water stick to the bottom of much less spinning. Okay? You can't show where sea level turns to sea curve. There's no curvature on the x-axis or y-axis.
That stuff is flat.
Here's a fair challenge here for Neil deGrasse Tyson. Why don't you get off your fat, lazy butt and out from behind your screens and your scripts?
Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning, and it got a little wider at the equator than it does at the poles.
So Earth got a little bit wider at its equator than it did pole to pole.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out.
Like spinning pizza dough.
Yeah.
It just gets flat.
If you were a cosmic giant and you came up to Earth and you rubbed your finger over Earth's surface, it would feel as smooth as a cue ball to you.
Wow.
If you shrunk Earth down to the size of a cue ball, it would be one of the smoothest, roundest cue balls ever made. That's how round Earth is. So it's not actually a sphere, it's oblate. It's like pear-shaped.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's funny. 6 years ago, I sent a whole bunch of questions for you to answer. I noticed you're not a scientist. You're an actor with a couple of science degrees. There's people with those same qualifications flipping burgers in Burger King.
It's like pear.
So you don't impress me.
Neil Disgrace Tyson, you are a lying Jesuit thug and a deceiver. You are a degenerate from. Good luck to all your lying when you're down in doing favors for. And remember my name when you're in there, Santos Bonacci.
Hey Neil, you talk about pears so much. Why don't you try eating a few, you fat That's actually good.
Hey Neil, if the level and motionless plane is so easily debunked, so easily refuted, then why don't you just debate Eric Dubay?
Why don't you get off your fat, lazy butt out from behind your screens and your scripts
and debate Eric Dubay? You've heard the name Eric Dubay, but you're scared. You're chicken. You won't debate Eric Dubay because you don't have a script and lines and people. You'll get demolished. Why don't you just come on a podcast or any type of show, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, maybe an hour, if you've got the and debate Eric Dubay.
Earth isn't flat.
See how much of a man you are there, Mr. Mic Drop.
Looks like we're going to have Eric Dubay, he said he's agreed to do it, talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
What?
Yes. I had asked you to debate one of them flat earth guys.
No, I don't. I can't. No.
I know. We talked about it, and we were going to have him on Skype.
No, what we do is, and I think this is a diabolical plot, so that the next time we can ship people en masse into orbit, they all want to be the first in line because they know we're going to send them. So that they can see the round Earth. They're going to be the first ones in space. Just so they can stop annoying the rest of us.
I don't think you're correct.
And I know that you're not correct. Why the backpedaling, Neil? You already agreed to debate me on Joe Rogan's podcast. The show was scheduled, posted on Joe's site, announced on air twice, and then you suddenly decided that you, quote, don't debate flat earthers. What happened? Someone at NASA told Neil, we're not going to let you go head to head with Eric Dubay because he'll make you look foolish. Prove me wrong.
I'm coming with a disruption. With all my flat earth homies on a Hitler production. Separate fiction from fact, we're gonna end the corruption. Letting people know the earth is flat, end of discussion. Dave Murphy is your teacher, boy, class is in session. And Eddie Bravo's in this mix to teach you, this is a lesson. Tanner Stewart's in the house, he's gonna show you the ropes. He's gonna school you on how NASA's just a joke and a hoax. Let me introduce you to the rest of my posse. We got Johnny G and Papa and Santos Bonacci. We're at the core of the resistance and we'll never obey. And there's my brother from another mother, Eric Dubay. If he debates Neil deGrasse Tyson, he will rip off his head. I'll rap about it on a beat I made and rip it to shreds. If the earth's a globe, then how come they can't give an example? Their lies are flimsy, it's a pity. Come on, get on my level. They say the world's a globe, but the evidence doesn't cut it. They just give us cartoon pictures and everyone seems to love it. Whether or not you want it, take a look and do your research. I bet that you can't debunk it. $23 billion, that's a hell of a fucking budget. Just to lie to everyone and successfully fool the public. If you wanna break away from your destiny as a puppet, then research flat earth, but don't be upset when you can't debunk it. They can't prove their theories. Come and get on my level. Something's fishy, these fools are shifty. Come and get on my level. They can't trick me, their lies are silly. Come and get on my level. It's a pity they treat us cheating. Come and get on my level. Hurry quickly, we must get busy. Come and get on my level. Yeah, it's risky, but just get with me. Come and get on my level. Can you hear me? Please don't be dreary. Come and get on my level. Don't be wimpy, you people really need to to get on my level.
Flat horizon everywhere. No one seems to notice. No one seems to care. Feel no movement in the air. I see sun rays. I see no curvature.
For many years, the flat Earth community at large was in agreement that the world is a level, motionless plane, as evidenced by our common sense, everyday experience, and countless scientific experiments, including the Michelson-Morley, Michelson-Gale, Sagnac, Airy's failure, and observable realities such as perfectly circular star trails around a stationary pole star, and the constellations remaining in their relative positions to one another for all of recorded history. Recently, however, a few flat earthers have revived Leo Ferrari's old Flat Earth Society claim that the world is not in fact a level, motionless plane, but rather a constantly upwards rising plane. These people cite experiments such as a helium balloon moving forward in an accelerating car, or a cork inside a drop ball momentarily ceasing its descent while mid-air, as proof positive that Earth cannot be a stationary plane. They claim the only possible way to explain these results is to assume Earth to be constantly rising at 9.8 meters per second, or approximately 22 miles per hour, straight upwards. There is some debate amongst them regarding whether this upward motion is a constant velocity or an acceleration, but these new upward rising earthers have all recently come into agreement that our flat Earth can no longer be stationary. These upward rising earthers begin their inquiry innocently enough by asking questions about the directional vector of dropped objects, and why dense objects fall downwards rather than upwards or sideways, for example. To this question, I would give the answer that there is a pressure gradient formed by the amount of stacked air, water, or land over you in a column, which increases the pressure, weight, and density the farther down you go, and that defines direction, while things like helium balloons not down, proving there is no downward directional bias. Unsatisfied with this answer, upward rising earthers continue their inquiry by asking why then does Earth have a pressure gradient stacked in this particular fashion, with the densest layer at the bottom rather than the top or sides. Now, at this point, I would say such a line of questioning is tantamount to asking why is water wet, or why is fire hot? It's like asking why don't we walk upside down on the sky and look up to the ground? It's similar to asking why don't our arms grow out of our pelvis and legs grow out of our torso? As anyone who has spent significant time with a 4-year-old knows, the question of "but why," if asked long enough, eventually leads to an infinite regress of explanations that can only be ended with the true but potentially unsatisfying metaphysical answer of "it is that way because that's how it was created to be." Rather than accept that Earth was simply created to have the particular arrangement of density layering, upward rising earthers instead claim that Earth must be a constantly upwards rising plane, and that this constant vertical motion is the only thing that can explain the directional vector. Now, while this could make for an interesting speculation, the fact of the matter is that dropping a water bottle with a cork in it, or watching a helium balloon go forward in a moving car, are not demonstrations of the Earth constantly rising upwards. At best, these demonstrations provide tangential evidence for their line of questioning, but in no way prove their assumption that Earth is a constantly rising plane. In fact, upward rising earthers are forced to pile assumption upon assumption in order to defend their new dogma. Assumption number 1. Their first assumption, in order to answer the question of directional vector, going against all common sense, our everyday experience, and countless scientific experiments proving Earth to be completely motionless, they make the grand assumption that Earth is constantly rising upwards 9.8 meters per second. Assumption number 2. In order to have a world that constantly rises upwards forever, they are now forced to make a second assumption, which is that there exists an infinite expanse of empty space above our flat Earth for the constantly rising world to rise into. Assumption number 3. Next, they are forced to assume that the entire atmosphere is somehow fixed like glue to rise perfectly along with the upward rising Earth, because otherwise, the upward rising Earth would constantly be crashing up into the bottoms of birds, planes, helicopters, and everything else in flight above the forever upwards rising Earth. Assumption number 4. Finally, they are forced to assume that the sun, moon, and stars are also all constantly rising 9.8 meters per second, somehow fixed along with the rising atmosphere. Otherwise, of course, the upward rising Earth would crash into them as well. So rather than accept the order of density layering on Earth to simply be as it is, upward rising Earthers prefer to ignore their common sense, everyday and countless scientific experiments proving a stationary Earth, in order to make assumption upon assumption upon assumption upon assumption, fourfold, in an attempt to answer their inquiry. Since upward rising Earthers claim the Earth, the luminaries, the atmosphere, and everything in it are all constantly rising together, there is no way for an experimenter to actually step outside this reference frame to confirm or deny their supposition. And this shows the ultimate futility of the upward rising Earthers' entire argument. Since no one can escape Earth's reference frame in order to observe or measure this supposed vertical movement of the Earth, its atmosphere, and all the luminaries, there is no way to verify or falsify the hypothesis. Therefore, when questioning the directional vector of density layering on our flat Earth, you can pile assumption upon assumption to arrive at this speculative and unprovable conclusion, or you can simply allow reality to be as it is.
How low does it go? How many levels under the ground? How low does it go? How many levels under the ground?
My nickname was Hot Wheels in high school. I used to roll up and lock my stolen bicycle. I might do what I like to. It's insightful. I'm not like you. We don't want the same weed all the time, we want flavors. If I have you on Late Night Live at night, that's a favor. I'm glad that you found God, I hope he saves you. You want a scratch ticket? I'll wipe my ass with it. You little ass licker, I ain't your fast ticket. You just a whack midget, that was last minute. We're all glad that's finished. There was a time and a place for that, let's leave it in the past. I ain't even gonna ask, so moving on. It's a grooving song, the rent's due tomorrow. I dropped and broke the banger, so I just drew the bong. They knew the song, and you were wrong, so move along. How low does it go? How many levels under the ground? How low does it go? How many levels under the ground?
How high can I get? I
I'm gonna fly so high like a jet, but I don't need no fuel, cause I'm not no tool. I'm not no summer cassette tape. Everybody wanna hear what I wanna play. Hey, listen to the music that I sing. All of the joy and the happiness I bring. Late night live, you know you're gonna hop on and give us some comments. And I'm not AI, I don't need none of that to write these lyrics, cause that shit is so whack. Yo, like a heart attack, gonna come back and just bang it, sing it. Yo, I just really know that I can bust my flow any night and day. Yo, so tired of the weak sauce, I need better. Gotta grade it up like I do with cheddar when I'm making my quesadilla. Gotta just have your soul and just feel what I'm gonna do when I sing it through. Keeping it so true, that's what I do. Andre, bringing the freshness to you. Whoa, here we go, what we do, cause I can get so high with a spliff and a fire. Whoa, cause my only desire. Listen to the music as the Rastamana sing. All of the goodness and the joy that we bring. Burning Babylon cause we praise King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion, Rastafari. Whoa, whoa, here we just wanna go. Yo,
how low does it go? How many levels under the ground? How low does it go? How many levels under the ground? We don't need your acceptance. We don't want your care and blessings now. True Kings is a sure investment. We want you to know you can't stop us now. Your futile attempts are just pathetic. Try if you want, but you can't top our style.
They trying to come at me, try to attack me, wanna bug zap me. Ain't made in no factory. If it ain't True Kings, you buying the crap meat. What am I supposed to do with this? It's so redonkulous the way I maneuver this shit. People expected us to put out manure and shit, so I would just give up and move and just quit. Nobody ever circumnavigated Earth, north to south or south to north. Either which way you traveling, and where's the curve? There is no curve, you babbling. I go from happy to mad again. I'm as happy as Happy Madison. Whatever happened to Judge Judy's gaveling? See a boat go over the horizon, zoom in and
we don't need your acceptance. We don't want your care and blessings now. True Kings is a sure investment. We want you to know you can't stop us now. Your futile attempts are just pathetic. Try if you want, but you can't top our style.
they trying to come at me, try to attack me, wanna bug zap me. Ain't made in no factory. If it ain't True Kings, you buying the crap meat. What am I supposed to do with this. It's so redonkulous the way I maneuvered this shit. People expected us to put out manure and shit, so I would just give up and move and just quit. Nobody ever circumnavigated Earth, north to south or south to north. Either which way you traveling. And where's the curve? There is no curve, you babbling. I go from happy to mad again. I'm as happy as Happy Madison. Whatever happened to Judge Judy's gaveling? See a boat go over the horizon, zoom in and bring it back again. You can see there's no curve even with half a brain.
We don't need your acceptance. We don't want your care and blessings now. True Kings is a sure investment. We want you to know that you can't stop us now. Your futile attempts are just pathetic. Try if you want, but you can't top our style.
Sing it, bitch. Basic, we living in the Matrix. NASA fakes it. Test the rap, I aced it. Spaceships don't take space trips. It's ridiculous and dangerous to our minds. Watching the Challenger exploded 8-6. In school eating Lay's chips. As my day shifts, I'll take the nights. She said she likes it like this. I got words to play with. Read about it on page 6. I ain't been the same since I saw the earth is a flat disc. Now I get blackballed and blacklists. Fantastic, you globally flatulent. Your wife looks African and masculine. I knew it was a matrix since the Ford logo changes. Earth is flat like old soda pop. The moon is not a floating rock. Control the block, don't blow the spot. That was a warning shot. Sing it, bitch. Give it, give it, give it. Your soul. 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 Give it, give it. Your soul. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Say.
So much trouble in the world today. When you see the simulation, everything is okay. You can call me Rasta, even Andre. Cooking up the pasta with no delay. Portland, Oregon is the place where I play. Even when it's raining, I go out and say, hey, we got rivers, breeze, and trees. Everything now when you know I'm in need. I just get the weed from the corner store. Oh yeah, cause we got even more than you could even imagine. And you know it's the best, cause I just gonna have to puff out my chest. I don't need no ego though, cause it's been depleted. Everything now but the mystery's completed. Cause I know the truth, why I'm in the booth. Cause I gotta come and just give it to you. Dr. Hawthorne, yeah, that's my name. Head of the nut house, they think I'm playing a game. Sovereign, yeah, my soul's intact. Bob Marley has returned, as a matter of fact. Shot the sheriff, no, I don't need no gun. Using my chainsaw is much more fun. Or maybe my bat, her name's Lucille. Think that I won't? Yeah, I probably will. I don't need no redemption when I'm singing this song. Sandy knows the hook, she's probably singing along. I don't condone violence though, because that shit's whack. I'd rather hit him with the music, as a matter of fact. When the music hits, it may cause you pain, or ease your mind like Prince Purple Rain. I don't wanna sit and wait in vain. Your political circus, it is hurting my brain. I'm the sofa king, like an eagle I'll soar. I manifest to be the best, my chakras endure. I don't need medication, cause I'm feeling just fine. Lively up yourself with your spiritual wealth. Quit eating sugar, cause that shit's bad for your health. It's no wonder you're sick. I can look in your fridge, it's straight up disgusting what they fed to you as a kid. stop me, no matter how hard you try. Go ahead and call the cops, they probably smoking too. I will give it to them, take a big puff, blow it in the sky, yeah, you know it's enough. We're gonna do it, pursue it every day and night. Late night live, yeah, we're gonna get it right. Keep it so true, yeah, just for you. All of these things, hip-hop, what we pursue, we... So, say, so much trouble in the world today. When you see the simulation, everything is okay. You can call me Rasta, even Andre. Cooking up the pasta with no delay. Portland, Oregon is the place where I play. Even when it's raining, I go out and say, hey, we got rivers, breeze, and trees. Everything now when you know I'm in need, I just get the weed.
I know what they want. I know.
Please, don't forget to tip your waitress.